Can't stop us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the historic House of Blues in Boston, Massachusetts, here for Boston Breach Major 1. It's Call of Duty Challengers. We are here to break down all of the action today. The bracket has been hot. It has been roaring. I am Jobin. That is Fundy, and we are about to get into some fantastic action.
We got some Winners Round 2 action for you coming up all day. These players have been playing pretty well since noon Eastern time.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day for them, and the energy in this building has been amazing. If there's anything the COD community knows, it's how to bring their energy to an event. 128 teams here. We got NYSL Academy up against Black Excellent. NYSL Academy, I mean, I don't think they need much of an introduction. We've got a couple players here with a lot of pro tenure behind them. Classic, Gunless, Decimate, and Paul X, who has been just tearing it up in SND recently.
Yeah, and then obviously on the Black Excellence side, we've got Tay, BTC, Goated Cats, Decialoso, and Dadon, 04 Dadon, whatever way you want to spin it there. So I think we got the 15 seed versus the 50th seed in this matchup. So naturally, on paper, as you can see the names, NYSL Academy will naturally be favored in this matchup. But if the main CDL stream has taught us anything today, it is the day of the underdog. Four underdogs cashing in today on that CDL stream. Challengers, they're here, they're ready to fight, and they are looking to break through.
Yeah, we got map vetoes to come through as well. You can see we're going to be playing a bit of Invasion here today. We got double Invasion and finish it off over on High Rise. Looks like the players are ready to get into this match. And it's already off to the races. Black Excellence up with a little bit of a point lead off on P1. It looks like the kills are actually going to keep going their way.
Yeah, so far that, sometimes you see on hardpoint the P1 not going to be super active. Some of the spawns, a way to try to get control of the site. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. Classic, though. Nice little run and gun. Will shut down 04. Cats is going to find the trade on the Paul. This first point going away in about 5 seconds, and then it's going to be the race for next.
Look at this close range engagement. Classic with the SMG. He wants to keep it moving, but it's Decimate to give him some assistance over here. That tank, it's an angle we see used all the time on this map. It's very strong. Gunless and Paul picking up one apiece, but 04 gonna win that gunfight over in the stairwell. We still got 40 seconds left on this hard point. Barely any points to be captured.
I was going to say, we're 20 seconds into P2. It is 8-1. NYSL looked like they got the first break to the point. Weren't really able to convert off any of those kills. Finally, though, they are going to break through that front line. They're going to start to get this progress on the hard point. We're going to see Paul playing the backside of the tank, but Black Excellence is going through, and they are cutting down NYSL Academy. Paul still trying to keep things going. Him and Classic are working things up.
They make it work, all thanks to that trophy system dropped as well, stuffing those grenades, allowing the sight lines to come through, allowing the peaks to be relatively safe, and now you've just got insane back and forth strafing on that gunfight. NYSL Academy, now we're seeing the kills start to rack up. We're seeing the control all over the map. The control of these rotations. Classic not going to find himself down just yet, but Catsy does take it. Instant trade by Decimate. The point's wide open once again. Not if NYSL has anything to say about it.
The old trophy into trophy. Right back in the face of Paul, but we're going to see. Trying to see if he can find any of this kill. Classic, Paul, and Gunless lighting up the kill feed, continuing to gather time on the hard point. They are up to that 50-ish point lead. Still full control of this map. They are playing these spawns to perfection, and Black Excellence has got to find some way to try to unfold this pressure.
Classic, you're looking at this angle right now, and he just rips them to shreds. 04 is down. Tay finds one close to the point. Dez keeps it moving as well, but Catsy's down. The point still being held. Paul right now is just a rock on this hard point.
Yeah, he's up to a 6 streak as well, so he could potentially, I am so sorry, Paul, I did not want to curse the cruise missile, but that streak will get shut down. It's going to be a rotation for next. It looks like it's going to be back in the center there. NYSL looking to try to hold these spawns, try to cut down some of this front line. We're going to see Classic seeing if he can find anything. Paul is going to find one. Classic will swing and find it. And who else but Paul? 11 kills already, and he is taking control of the server.
Yeah. 40 seconds left on this hard point. Still so much control from NYSL around this map. We do see some kills come back from Black Excellence, but Paul, an absolute laser. Gunless picks up a 2K. Even on this relatively wide open hard point. It's these angles, the players off the point covering that are really making this lead start to stack up, about to hit 100 points plus, and the lead is very, very well secured for this point.
Yeah, that is a huge kill for Des, but this guy, Paul, does not matter which weapon the hot swap. That is a team ace for NYSL Academy. Hardpoint still in full control. They are going to have full control of the map for next. And Black Excellence, there is only a short amount of time. You've got to try to get on here, find this way to break down the front line, and start to get some points.
Right. And the seeding tells us a lot coming into this game.
And the names.
Yeah, and the names, of course, too. NYSL Academy, very, very favored in this matchup, showing us exactly why. Paul is 18-4 right now. And keep in mind, we touched on this in the pregame as well. Paul is known as an S&D player.
Yes, a great one at that. That's right, one of those guys, you get it as like a specialist, one of these guys like, okay, our search might be a little bit weaker, you bring in the ringer, this guy's gonna get it done. He said, listen, I got it in the respawns too, as you said. He's on a 10 streak right now, 20-4. Who can stop Paul? Because it is nobody on the side of Black Excellence, and the more I speak, the more he keeps killing.
He was close to picking up a quad in that little engagement there. We do see a little bit of TK with that grenade, but it's not going to stall too much. I mean, Black Excellence, they pick up scrap time, but you look towards next, and they've got Tay on here. NYSL Academy ready to just group up and siege. Kills have already come through. You've only got to take down that player on the point now.
Yeah, Paul, once again, still looking for the wall bang. See if he can maybe find this last kill. The reload timing is not going to go in his favor, but Gunless is there to pick up the slack. NYSL looking to break through the front line. The hard point being contested. Still in the camp of Black Excellence for maybe just another second. As we're going to see, Gunless will get cut down, and they are finally going to get control of the point, and they have got to cut into this 100-plus point lead.
The Dawn is home. 04 picks up 2. He's on the point. He is not going to be taken down. It's actually a nade from Gunless that takes down Classic on the engagement there right as he slide cancels out of that door. You see the nade take him down. Decimate getting a little bit of of reassurance from finally finding that nade kill. But it looks like Black Excellence is going to finish up this hard point. They're going to bring it down to less than a 100-point lead here. And they're already rotated towards next. They've got great control of the map right now. The Gunny is just a little bit behind.
Oh, now we're going to see the cruise missile. Paul, is he going to find any unwarranted suspects? Will not be able to find anything. Gunless is going to get taken down. Cats, good to knock down Classic as well. Black Excellence, this has been a great stretch of game for them. You've cut into that lead. You've got control of the next point. Now this next 2 to 3 minutes of the game is going to have such a massive impact on the finale.
Listen, they've locked in, they've held their angles, but when you've got Classic running around with this Rival 9, sometimes it looks like he can't be stopped. Gunless picks up a 2K. Dez and Tay are down, whips out the secondary, wants to see if he can keep some kills rolling. Either way, NYSL Academy back on the hard point for about another 15 seconds. Not if he's going to get taken down in a one-for-one trade.
Yeah, for NYSL, that last point, not going to be the end of the world. Yes, the lead got cut into a little bit, but you're still finding a lot of kills. You're going to have great position for next with the Classic going to be in that backside spawn. Black Excellence will have to find a way to break through it. If you're Subliners Academy, all you've got to do is chip away at these next couple points, get yourself into that space where scrap time will get it done. And I mean, the only other question I have is, can Paul get to 30, 40 kills?
He's only 4 kills away. You've got more than enough time for that if you really want to see the 30 bomb come through. Black Excellence as well. If they keep giving up resistance, this game could keep going longer. See where we're at. That's an interesting nade right there. Paul just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Gets taken down by Tay as he tries to swing out away from the nade. Classic playing these angles perfectly. Paul spots one out. He's ready for this gunfight, but look at Dez prone on the ground. The tactical does come through. Couple shots with the secondary, and he'll finish it off with the AR.
What can't Paul do? This guy is absolutely taking control of the entire lobby. Finally going to get shut down there by Cats, but it's NYSL Academy more than happy to take these one-for-ones. They've got a 140-plus point lead. They are looking prim and proper to walk away with one of these next 2 hard points, try to slowly work that clock down. Gunless will find the jump shot on the Cats, knock him down, and Black Excellence, it is pretty much now or never.
And with the lead that they have, NYSL Academy perfectly content to just walk around the map as a 4-man team. You rarely see these players split off. Yeah, death ball is exactly the word I'm looking for right there. You do see the contest on this point as NYSL tries to push in. It's Classic and Decimate down for now. 04 needs this regen on the point, and he will get the time to do it.
Yeah, the one good thing NYSL Academy has done as well, even when Black Excellence seemingly had control of the hard point, NYSL is finding just enough kills to not really let that point total build up. They are now going to grab control of the hard point, and we talked about that scrap time earlier. Running around as that death ball, looking for the right moments to pick your spots. Now they're going to be up to about 225 or so points, give or take how the last few seconds falls, and 25 to victory, and Black Excellence got a whole lot longer than that to go. It's all gunny with Paul.
Yeah, nobody to touch this point just yet. Dez does pick up 2 wall bangs. In the meantime, off screen, Dez is going wild, but Paul has this one lane just perfectly locked down as he knows Classic and the rest of his subs, they're gonna make it onto this point eventually. They're gonna crack through the defense of Black Excellence, and you have about a 150-point break before Black Excellence is really gonna be putting a lot of pressure on you.
And again, right, Black Excellence, I think they were at 98 or 100 points at the reset. They've only gotten 15 seconds out of a 30, so NYSL is doing a really good job to just kind of stall things out, let the game come to them. They know they're gonna eventually find the angles they're looking for. Cruz will not find home. Paul has 30+ kills on the day. Gunless with a nice little head tap onto 04 and a little pistol shot to boot. NYSL Academy showing no signs of slowing down, and Gunless trying to throw the hands, but will catch a pistol shot back instead.
The face breaker not going to come through. Dez does find a good shot from up above. He drops down. Decimate looking to pick up 3, and he does. Quick little reload and the rotate out as NYSL just wants to sprint for this next point, it's looking like.
Yeah, at this point, if you're NYSL, trying to get 1 or 2 points at a time is actually going to be a whole lot of progress. They're at 232. This point still in the neutral zone. Cats will drop a bomb on the desk, and Tay will shut down Paul once again. 33 and 16 still on the day, but Black Excellence, they are not ready to give up quite yet. You've got Dez sitting at that positive KD. He has been frying, but you're going to see 3 kills go the way of the subliners, including one to their own team.
So if I look at the kill feed, I want to say NYSL Academy is just stomping here, and
the points are moving.
Realistically, they are playing very, very well, and they have a sizable lead. But Black Excellence is making this feel like a very close game if you're looking at these hard points. When it comes down to the fights on the points themselves, Black Excellence has some great gunning, and they're able to find them. But playing as a team, NYSL Academy has that down.
And truthfully, I think you can attribute the first 4 minutes of this game to Paul controlling 1/3 of the map, essentially. He was shutting down an entire lane, got to the 10 streak, still going off with the gunny. Classic is going to get traded back by Cats. Now it's going to be the swing. Will not find the shutdown, though. 04 is going to be good for that one, trying to keep this game alive. Paul is back onto the 5 streak, looking for a wall bang, trying to see if he can swing and find one more. Will not get it, but it will be going the way of Gunless and Classic. NYSL looking to break through and looking to shut down map 1.
The spawns are ferocious right now as Black Excellence looks to push towards this point. You see right now, Classic cannot actually peek out onto the point without the fear of getting taken down. They're walking into the firing squad. Decimate and Gunless take down all 4, and that's looking to be the end of the game. Hardpoint locked down.
And the only regret for NYSL Academy, Paul got at 38 kills, did not get to 40, but that is a very, very small improvement that you'd like to make. That was a clinical start to the map by the New York Subliners Academy. Again, right, Paul damn near getting 40. The rest of the team played fantastic. Black Excellence, it just felt like they were a little bit too slow starting off that map. They fell down 140 points or so at some point. So to see this as the final score, definitely a way better showing than later on.
Listen, and when you're Paul right now, you can't beat 38 kills for your stream debut of 2024.
Went on a 12 streak too, I think.
Can't beat it right there, but we've got SND coming up next, and if we know anything about this NYSL Academy team, they're looking to thrive in that game mode.
Yeah, NYSL Academy, as we said, 15 seed, toppling the 50. That is exactly the game one we were looking for. But with all that being said, we're going to cut it to a very quick break, and we're going to come back. NYSL Academy and Black Excellence, map 2, coming in a few.
We get how uncertain the future is. We've come of age in a complex world, face to face with problems we didn't create. So what's gonna happen next? We are. Because our future is the future. The life we have chosen has prepared us for this. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disasters and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now. We get how uncertain the future is. We've come of age in a complex world, face to face with problems we didn't create. So what's gonna happen next?
Welcome back, everybody. A quick little break there, but you got to take a peek at our pit right there and see just how many people are really packed in there. That's not even all of the setups here right now. We've got 2 floors of stations for all of these teams to play on, but coming off a hard point, NYSL Academy taking the victory in Map 1. We're headed back to Invasion for S&D here, and I mean, on that hard point, I can't lie, I was quite surprised and quite pleased with the resistance and kind of the locking in halfway through the map from Black Excellence.
Yeah, that is a map that we see all the time, and a lot of times, if you get down that 120, 130 point range, not that you're going to give up, but sometimes it's chalked. There's just not really much you can do, but they fought back. They got 6 or 7 unanswered kills, broke open a couple of those points, definitely made a great attempt at the comeback, but we talk about Paul being that search and destroy guru. He was farming on hard points, so I would like to see what he's going to pull off. Like we said, Invasion, map's so nice, we're going to go there twice. NYSL looking to come away with the 2-0. Black Excellence looking to push us to map 3.
Straight into that first round. NYSL Academy on the attack. Black Excellence on the defense. We're already seeing a long-range engagement from Paul. He gets dangerously low, but he is going to make it out in time.
Gunless, got the frag cooking, going for the jump shot, not gonna find anything, trying to work that back corner with Cats. Now we're gonna see Paul trying to see if he can find first blood, still waiting for the first kill. Stun is gonna connect the swing and the finish. Paul will get cut down first, and Black Excellence will draw first blood.
A 2-man play to take out a key player off of NYSL Academy. Catty has a little bit of stress there, but
there we go.
All the kills flying in a second. It's the first round to head over to Black Excellence.
Nothing happened for 40 seconds. Everything happened in 2 seconds, and Black Excellence walks away with the round 1 win. And I think, honestly, getting first blood for them is going to be absolutely critical. You've got to get that numbers advantage, especially when NYSL was starting to pop off in that map 1. Try to bring them back down to level, try to cool them off just a little bit, get yourself reset, and keep plowing through this search. So picture perfect start for them. Only 1 death, but you've got 6 rounds to win to take it home.
Yeah, we quite literally saw 3 simultaneous kills in that 2-second span of 1 gunfight on our screen. Now you've got the sides flipped, you've got the attack coming through. Decimate already down to find the first kill. Paul's got a long-range angle here. Will he be able to spot that bomb carrier? He does spot him out. The smoke is down. 04 picks up one, and he's in the close range. Paul, can he find the second? Catsy with the trade.
Yeah, we've got Classic and Dez. They were close to each other, but close no more. NYSL Academy will fall in round 2. Black Excellence continuing the outstanding play in the Search and Destroy so far. Dez 3-1, fantastic positioning, basically getting 2 free kills there, and 2 kills in Search. That will go a long way.
All right, remember how I said they locked in halfway through the map in Hardpoint? Well, apparently, once you're locked in once, you are locked in for the series, because 2 rounds straight from Black Excellence.
Dominant rounds,
Fantastic kills coming through in these rounds. Gunless and Classic have not been involved in a kill just yet.
I mean, Black Excellence, only 2 or 3 deaths in 2 rounds so far, so right? That math is going to add up pretty nicely in any of these players' minds. Now, though, it is going to be round 3. Dez looking to maybe find that angle, is going to spot him out, but it is going to be Gunless scurrying away to safety. NYSL is on the attack. They've got to try to find some way to get this bomb down. Katz is getting a lot of information, but he's also getting a grenade and a boom.
Can't stand too close to those trucks. It's a dangerous position to be in. You see, Dez is having a great fight for himself. Tay from behind. It's 2 kills down for Black Excellence, as it looks like Decimate might want to follow up towards that A bomb site. You do see the bomb is down, and it's just ring around the Rosie. Through this right side, doors open, doors closed, but look who finds it. It's Decimate. Dez is down.
Yeah, nothing like a little bit of Tom and Jerry in the mid-round. It was the 2v2, but NYSL Academy finally has the lead in the Search and Destroy. You've got to think, though, they're going to go plant this down at A, start that clock on 04, and then it is going to be a race to the bomb. But NYSL, they covering all the angles. It's going to isolate, find the 1v1, finds a couple of shots. He is going to have to back off, is Paul. Paul in 04, jousting for this last kill, trying to get NYSL finally on the board in the Search. Going back and forth. Only 10 seconds left to play. Paul's got to go for it. It's either a plant or a chase. He's going to give up on the kill. I don't know if he got the plant in time. It looks like he will have just made it, and the clock will start, and we will get a 1v1 for the win.
Secondary is out from Paul. Look around the car. The burst comes through.
What a play.
NYSL Academy takes their first round in a tense 1v1 scenario. Paul showing us why he's got all this Search experience under his belt.
We don't see a lot of really intense 1v1s like that where you go fake a plant, try to go for the chow, try to go back to find the plant. Paul, luckily that pistol, that Renetti, to the hip, tried and true. Will finally crack the scoreboard and Search and Destroy. And now you're going to look to see if you can snowball this momentum, try to gain back control of the series, and send Black Excellence home in 2.
Man, I love that we have a burst pistol in the weapon rotation in the GAs right now, because it just makes things so much fun.
Yeah, now we're going to see a nice little replay in the side there, showing Paul's handiwork in that last round, showing us how NYSL got to that 1 on the scoreboard. But now it's Black Excellence's turn, trying to flip the script. They're going to give a bit of a death ball here toward mid, but looks like Dez trying to hold things down. Is going to spot the heady, but Dez will swing and find the flank.
He's too close to his monitor. He didn't see in his peripherals. Classic from the second floor will take close to lethal damage, but he's not down just yet. A plant will come through from Black Excellent. It is locked down over on the A site. That's going to be our point of attack here. Gunless and Classic, 2 kills like that. The only one left is Katsy, and he's down, and the defuse has started. Right as the bomb was planted, the defuse began, and all players on Black Excellent are down for the count. 2-2.
Yeah, maybe 3 seconds between plant and defuse. Not something we see all the time, but NYSL more than happy to take that one in the bank. And right, Gunless had a bit of a rough start to the Search. All it takes is 1 good round. You get a nice double kill. You're right back on the board, and you get your team into this tie game situation where we said, right, Black Excellence, they looked dialed in that second half of Hardpoint. They looked locked in this first part of Search, but this is a part of the game. You do not want to let this game slip away, because as we know, if you drop this game, your time in Boston will be done.
Not exactly where you want to be in the situation. However, I mean, we've got presumably 5 more rounds of Hardpoint here to play if it keeps going. My math was completely wrong on that, by the way.
Also Search on Hardpoint, all over the place. Oh, Dez.
Close range. Dez tries to flip around with the secondary. He's not going to be able to have it. A long-range fight. Gunless tosses the Kobe. It's not going to come down right exactly where he wants it. He's just going to have to rotate back towards mid.
Right now, bit of a slower mid-round. A couple of these rounds have been kind of hit and miss. It's either everything all at once or everyone's kind of taking their time, sitting back, trying to gather information. 04 will get spotted, is going to have to hop off the spot there. NYSL Academy still going to look for the plant, the run and the gun. 04 shutting down Des. Now it's going to be 2 members left of NYSL Academy trying to see if they can maybe work to the B point, but that up top, that is great information out of Black Excellence. They are going to have a great read on where the subliners are headed now, and this is running out of time as well for NYSL Academy.
Yeah, only 18 seconds left in this round. You have to make a play. This is what they did in that last round. It did end up working out in the clutch,
yeah,
but it came down a little bit tense in the end there. The planter is shut down. The plant is not good, and Black Excellence will take it with nothing but eliminations. 3-2, they take the lead back.
Yeah, that is a huge round. That's kind of one of those swing rounds as well. That's one of those rounds, you were up 2-0, you let the lead slip through your fingers. If NYSL is able to grab that 3rd round in a row, it can be one of those, guys, we really, really thought we had him. It's starting to slip away. We're already down 1-0. Instead, though, get the lead back. Spirits are going to be high. Everyone on the team performing well, getting a couple kills here and there, finding really, really good job getting the objective into play as well. So NYSL Academy down 1 round, but lots of game to play.
Yeah, if you take a look at the stats, too, Des and 04 the Dawn. 6 kills apiece. Only one close to that is Decimate over from NYSL Academy. See, 04 wants to take this long-range fight. Will he want to take it up against Gunless? Gunless has been solid in these past few rounds. The nade is tossed, and the repeat comes through. He does spot Katsy on the cross as well. I don't think that Black Excellence knows they've been spotted there. Look at the kills. Gunless is down, Decimate in a close gunfight, and NYSL Academy trying to rotate out of danger here.
Yeah, well, they might be rotating into danger. Paul almost walking right into the crosshairs of one of these Black Excellence players. Looks like it was going to be Desert Cats on that one. Nice little timing play out of Classic there. Now it's going to be NYSL into the 2v2. Black Excellence, though, plant will go down. Now it's on NYSL trying to play retake, trying to see what they can do. A couple of shots out of 04 are going to find the mark. They are going to survive playing the backside of the tank. We're going to see Paul going for the flank. Will get cracked with the wall bang. Now it is all down to Classic. He will isolate. He will find the 1v1. It is Classic and 04 trying to see who can take this round. Is it a tie game or is it a 4-2 lead? And it looks like the latter will be what happened.
Black Excellence taking it up to 4-2. Now let's see, will history repeat itself? Will NYSL Academy find 2 straight and tie it up? Or will Black Excellence just keep compounding this lead? I mean, they've had fantastic rounds, and in the clutch, they're now 1-for-1 in the clutch.
And I think 04 to Dawn, we said he had 6 kills, 3K on a 6 streak as well in Surge, getting that cruise missile, being up so many rounds.
Huge.
That is information overload, and potentially a kill as well. So a lot of this map, right? Yes, there are a lot of buildings. There are a couple spots on this map where you will be in a world of trouble if you are caught out at the wrong time. So if I'm 04 right now, I'm trying to make sure I lock in this cruise missile before I do anything else that's going to give you that great chance to win. NYSL Academy, though, I'm sure they've got other ideas.
First kill does go over to Dez and Black Excellence. However, Gunless on a bit of a flank there. Dez is down. Got to use that info from your teammate's death and at least make that trade. Tie it up 3-3 in terms of player count. Does Paul have the angle on the cross here? We do see the bomb wants to get moving towards B. There is a player immediately to Paul's left. He does spot the one in front of him as well. That's Katsy running back in 04. Exactly what I talked about to his immediate left. He comes back in, finds a double, and you've got Gunless in a 1v3 to save themselves from map point.
And Black Excellence, guess what they are going to have next round? Oh, yeah, that's going to be a cruise missile out of 04's camp. And oh, my goodness, NYSL Academy getting absolutely cut down at the knees in that round of Surge. Black Excellence, 3 unanswered, obviously 5 out of the last 7. They are starting to really feel like they are firing on all cylinders. They've got one more round to close. And as I said before, they've got that precious, precious cruise missile waiting in the back pocket.
That is huge to have moving into this round. all you really need is to be aware of trophy systems and have some kind of lead. I think using the cruise missile on a player count
Did they patch the
advantage
trophy thing, though?
is huge. Not
I don't know if this is
100%
live
sure.
patch.
Not 100% sure myself. However, still something you got to be aware of regardless.
Yeah, any kill, especially in Surge, any kill streak is just so much more amplified than playing in the respawns, because realistically, you're not going to get more than one streak in a Surge typically. NYSL, though, screw the streaks. They are finding the gunny. Classic and Gunless both good for one there. Classic seeing if he can find anything out of the top side window. A little bit of back and forth. Looks like Tay maybe trying to find a couple of pop shots. Paul's going to shut down 0-4 finally on the 8th streak. Black Excellence all down to Tay and all down to nobody. That'll be NYSL Academy grabbing their 3rd round of the game and trying to see if they can push this one to overtime required to win.
A very, very flawless round there from NYSL Academy. Just find your targets, win the gunfights, take them down. It's map point on the line here. You have to take this to a round 11 or we're going to map 3.
Yeah, and a lot of these, right, a lot of the matches on the first day of Challengers, there's been a couple of 2-1s. It has been probably 80% 2-0s, and granted, seeding into the bracket, a lot of pro points, everything, that is to be expected with an open bracket. But to see two teams like this that are relatively seeded, you know, I don't want to say far apart, 50-15 isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but the way they are performing, they are definitely playing above expectation. And if they can win this, like you said, get yourself to that map 3, and all of a sudden, things start to look a little bit up for the rest of the tournament. Gunless and Dez will trade ones to start us off.
Some good kills back and forth. Classic and Dez are down for the time being. A little bit of damage does come through. Not enough to find really anything. You do see 0-4 chilling towards this A site. He's been very good at holding this in previous rounds. This is pretty well been his spot of the map to play. He is going to spot out one, might spot out Paul on the cross. If not, he's got a nade flying in there. He needs to force a rotation there, and they will fly away from that angle. NYSL Academy having nothing to do with that nade.
Yeah, they've got to make sure they try to win out this 3v3 because this could be the last round of Search they end up playing, at least till the next map goes on and possibly that next series. But 20 seconds left on the clock. They've got to try to make it happen. Looks like the A site will be the choice here. We're going to see Katso working the backside of the spawn, trying to find a couple of pop shots down. NYSL finally is going to get on the plant. 0-4 getting shut down. It's got to feel good for New York, but you didn't check the flank. Cat's good for one, and looking to find the second. Will not be able to find it. Tay, the last one standing. NYSL, you've got to have it, and they're looking to take it.
1v2. The bomb is planted. You've got 30 seconds to play. Realistically, about 20 seconds.
Yes.
You've got to account for that defuse time. Tay needs to find these. He spots out one. He knows where both players are.
They line up.
If they line up, it could be something, but if they play as a team, they're going to be able to take him down. NYSL AC not out just yet. They've got one more round to either tie it up or head over to High Rise.
And talk about a game of runs. 2-0, 2-2, 5-2, and now we're sitting at 5-4. Both of these teams literally going back and forth on a seesaw. As we said, Black Excellence still looking to close down map 2, force us to that final deciding map 3. NYSL Academy, though, the gears have started to spin a little bit faster these last couple rounds. You've got one more round to push it to OT. Can they find it?
Man, they got me on my toes here. I can't help but be excited. It's a LAN match. It's so close here.
We're finally going.
We're finally getting going here on stream. The passion pit. I can hear the excitement from behind us every single time mid-round here. I'm hearing yelling and screaming. You do see Gunless taking some damage. He will make it out of there. 0-4. Finally going to use that cruise missile, but he lands it on top of the building.
Roof.
At the very least, you get a little bit of intel from it, from whoever he spotted, but man, that's not what you want to see for Black Excellence.
How did no one get a kill there? Everyone spotted each other on the bomb, and everyone just kind of backed off and said, we will retake this fight when we are ready. Somehow, barely any shots even being exchanged, but it is finally going to go the way of NYSL. Paul will find first blood. 35 seconds on the clock left to play. NYSL, they're stacking up hot and heavy, though. And Dez is cutting them down. And now it's going to be a 2v2, but the flank is looking oh so good. Back and forth these teams go. The run back we shall get. And twice as nice for Paul. The last kill, the shutdown, the defuse. And overtime we go.
0-4 and Paul cannot stop from finding themselves in these 1v1s.
And they're tense 1v1s.
I know. Paul's going to take it once again. The defuse does come through. He's got more than enough time for that. And we are headed to round 11. NYSL, will you take the series win, or will we be headed to high rise on control?
And to go to last round, yes, you get info, but if I'm 0-4, that cruise missile hitting the top of the roof, when you could potentially at least get chip damage, maybe find a kill, get info in a different part of the map, and he held it for 3.5 rounds.
So
finally uses it and doesn't really get anything, and you still lose the round. And now if you're NYSL Academy, you have got to be feeling good. You did not expect to be in this game, most likely at 5-2. Cruise missile on the other side.
Yeah, Paul's got a cruise missile of his own. He's on the 6th streak. He's going to drop it down. Let's see where this one lands.
Here it comes.
Because right now, it's a toss-up. He is going to head over towards that B-bomb site. He's not going to find the player inside, though. Safe for the time being. Believe that was Tay over on that angle right there. Classic on this B site. Wants to stuff the plant if he can. The bomb, Paul.
I was going to say NYSL's got pretty good control of the site, but it's going to come down to who can find this first pick. Tay going to get a spot on gunless. The plant is going to get started there. We're going to see Classic working away at that one. Tay is trying to spot something out. Not going to find anything. Des is going to shut down 0-4. Thanos is gone. Black Excellence has got to find a way back into this game. Des good for one. Looking to find the 2-piece. Will shut down Paul. Black Excellence not ready to say die quite yet. Classic and gunless, the last two alive. Defuse has to be found, but they're going to find a couple of picks. It's all down to one, and he will get shut down in comeback fashion. 4 unanswered. Unlike the main team on the CDL stage, NYSL Academy will find victory, and they will move on in the bracket.
A 5-2 comeback. 4 straight rounds.
2-0, then 5-2.
Yeah.
2 comebacks.
Insane. Absolutely insane from NYSL Academy here. They lived up to the name. They lived up to the hype we gave them. They took the series 2-0.
Yeah, and we saw the scoreboard a bit there. NYSL Academy, every single player was within 2 kills of each other.
Yeah.
While for Black Excellence, yes, 0-4 was an absolute demon on the server that game, but if he has 50% of your kills and in that last round he gets shut down nice and early, NYSL is just like, listen, we feel like we can win a lot of these gunfights. We finally got that 3-headed snake cut down. You got a couple more of those picks, and that is a fantastic comeback, and that is an absolute morale boost going into the next round.
Yeah, what a tense round 11, too. You've got a double kill starting from NYSL Academy, and Dez just comes back with 2 immediately with the Rival 9. Man, that Rival 9 gun, too,
it slaps.
So nice. With the movement in MW3,
it's satisfying.
It complements it perfectly,
Yes.
I think. It's just a nice mobile SMG. It rips. It's got
Mobile
low
artillery
recoil.
unit.
Yeah, mobile artillery unit right there. But overall, NYSL 2-0. They're feeling good, and they're going to be moving on. Black Excellence, I think we still may see them in the future of this tournament, but we will have to see. They are down to that loser's bracket. I've been Fundy, joined by Jobin. We're going to come back with some more challengers action. You may see 2 other beautiful faces than ours.
Some you might recognize.
Some you might recognize. Nonetheless, we've got more winners round action coming your way.
All right, so these are my 2 truths and 1 lie. Number 1, I jumped out of a 2nd-story window at a college party. Number 2, I split my lip down the middle when I was young in a biking accident. And number 3, I led off my Little League All-Star game with a home run.
I feel like I'm gonna get these wrong, but I'm down. Jumped out of a 2nd story at a college party and split his lip on a bicycle. I don't think it's the last one. I think the baseball thing is correct. I'm going with the bicycle accident. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna say that one's a lie.
Probably jumping out of. Actually, nah, I can see where. Nah, probably the jumping out of the 2nd. No. I don't know. I need to get one right. That he like fell down as a little kid. That's a lie.
The lie was that he hit a home run.
That was the lie? Bro, that was good. He threw me off with that one. That was good. I respect that.
He did not lead off his All-Star game with a home run.
Yeah.
And then my lie is I led off my Little League All-Star game with a home run. So it was almost a home run. The first pitch of the game for All-Stars, I hit the ball, and the way the fence went is it like got higher on the right center for whatever reason. It was still whatever it was, 200, 250 or whatever in Little League. But yeah, I hit the taller part of the fence, and if it was like 3 feet to the left, it would have been a home run, but I only got a double.
We get how uncertain the future is. We've come of age in a complex world, face to face with problems we didn't create. So what's gonna happen next? We are. Because our future is the future. The life we have chosen has prepared us for this. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're gonna save families from disasters and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
My two truths and a lie are in high school, I had a 3.7 GPA. In high school, I also missed 15 days of school to play S&D wagers. I pitched a no-hitter to win my 2015 baseball league.
What? There's no way you did that. No way. That's a lie. The pitch. Actually, no, because he went. No, wait.
He pitched a no-hitter. I feel like he definitely missed school for Call of Duty. I could see that. I'm gonna go with the no-hitter one. I don't think he pitched a no-hitter, bro. I haven't heard him talk about baseball once.
I feel like the 3.7 is true. 15 days of high school is so specific. Like, that's like throwing me off. Like, why did he know the exact number? I'm gonna have to go with that one because that just seems too specific for me. That's a lie? Thank God. I was like 15 days, like what?
Probably the 3.7 GPA. It's a lie.
That is incorrect.
It was a pitch.
It was that he missed 15 days of high school.
To play Call of Duty? Wait, really? Oh, wow. I thought he would do that.
He pitched a no-hitter? What the I knew the GPA one was true. I was like, okay, I give him that, but damn, okay. I had a 4.4.
Oh. 4.4?
In high school.
2 truths and 1 lie where for frog is my favorite animal. I don't like cake unless it's chocolate. And oh, and yeah, I would rather it be hot than cold.
I know the first one's true because this guy is sleeping. This guy's AC is 77 in his apartment. He is insane. So I already know that one has to be true.
Okay, hot. He'd rather be hot than cold is definitely true. Frog is his favorite animal. Like, if that's not his favorite animal, I'm not. Is it not? I'm gonna say the chocolate cake's a lie, but if it's a frog, it might be the frog one though. I don't know. I'm gonna say the cake is a lie.
That's for sure true. I heard his AC's over 77 or something. I mean, I feel like frog has to be his favorite animal if he's saying, or whatever, if he's saying frog so much. So I'm gonna go with the first one as a lie.
The lie is that frogs are his favorite animal.
Oh. Nice.
He eats like a kid. He just eats chicken tenders. So I'm thinking the first one's true, third one's false.
The lie is that a frog is his favorite animal. That is correct.
It's a frog?
A frog is not his favorite animal.
I mean, bro, like, what kind of, why does he say frog all the time? What is his favorite animal? Do you know his favorite animal?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Challengers Boston Open, where we are continuing the action in winners round 3. It's been a bit of a wait. We appreciate your patience, but we're getting back in the action. We've been waiting all day to cast some games, and we finally get to do it. And taking you through the actions, myself, Visions, alongside Proper Andy. It's been a minute, my man. How you doing?
Hey, man, we just signing up for another hard day's work, you and I, Austin. It feels good to be back in the digital booth with you. The vibes here in the House of Blues has been absolutely electric all day, minus a couple delays. We are here rolling with the punches, man. Let's get into the action.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's been a while, one, since we've really had a lot of Challengers action, right? This year, this is really one of the big first events. Only, going to have one more open in the works as well. So that makes this one that much more important for a lot of these guys that are going to be competing not only for $100,000, but also for a chance to get themselves on main stage on Sunday. So going to be a long day tomorrow to get through that bracket. But as we kind of talk about these teams and what we have coming up here, Andy, we got Team War going up against Team Revived. This is a hell of a banger here for our winners round 3, 2 EU squads going up head to head, and it is also a best of 3.
Yeah, look, we got an EU showcasing here in North America for our first cast here for the Boston Open. I mean, sign me up. Basically, you got Team War. Just to give you guys a quick synopsis on them, everybody would reckon that they are probably the #1 seed coming out of EU. They did come up short in Cup #1, losing to Team Devious X Notorious. And I got to say, this Team Revive Squadron, albeit having a good showcasing throughout all of last year, one player in particular for Nile on that Clutch Rain roster at the end of the year, made it to champs, didn't get the placing that he wanted, bowed out top 16 in Cup #1. They have a lot to prove, both of these two squads. These are the battlefields that they're going to be taking place on.
Yep, we'll be kicking it off on sub-base hardpoint, jumping into a little bit of high-rise search and destroy. And if need be, we will go to that map 3, which will, of course, be that control, and we will play that on invasion. So that will be our best of 3 map set. It is still weird to say best of 3 with these two squads, especially after everything that you just said, right? Like, these are 2 squads that you could very well see late in towards a Saturday. Play up against one another. So we'll see what we get ourselves into, but it looks like we are finally ready. We are loading into the match again. Team War up against Revived Gaming. This is going to make for a hell of a matchup. We'll see who's going to come out hotter as we kick it off here, Andy.
Look, if you're just now joining us, walking over from the CDL showcasing just across the street at MGM here in Boston, and even if you are at home, this is not the same sub base that you have been seeing throughout the entirety of the day, the entirety of the CDL tournament. Some hills have changed. The spawns have been adjusted, but it's still just as crazy as ever. Team Revive taking on Team War. Who's to say who has the better side? You just want to make sure you get a majority of the scrap when it comes down to P1 and work for the spawns that are still P2.
Certainly the case. Well, so far off of P1, we see Team Revived able to get themselves the first 13 seconds, but Team War able to start battling back. Hixie, crazy that we even see him in Challengers currently after finishing second at CDL Champs last year. That is the route man that we'll keep our eyes on throughout the match. And as we see some of the scrap time go the way of Team Revived, it is now going to be a bit about this rotation. Both teams fighting for it. Keza with a big win. We'll be able to find that first, but Hixie good on the trades as they now look for somewhat of a setup here at P2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good one at that for Team Revived. You look at where a lot of these white arrows are located at. One has slipped the net, and that is Big Ben Beans, who finally strikes. Will take down Chunk. That makes, well, Team Revived feel rather honest with their initial setup, but it's still Team Revived in for the initial time.
In for the initial time, but are they going to be able to hold here? Knocking on the door. Team War looking to try to get some of these kills. Nile tagged up. Trophy systems down, keeping everyone fairly safe. Chunk through the outskirts will also do a great job of picking up 2 shots onto Bance. Gonna tag him up quite heavily. Makes it an easy trade here for Keza, who now has a chance maybe to come away with a combination of his own, but will be traded out. However, all things said and done, this has been a great start. Team Revive racking up the points, still trying to lock in the back 20 as well.
Yeah, great success coming from Team Revived. I mean, you can't ask for a much better start. You kept P1 scrappy, you had the spawns for P2, and you walked away with the majority of time as well. That said, now you're kind of stuck over on the useless side of the map. Just not just the useless side of the map, it is a name on the building. Trust me. They're going to have to work their way all the way through mid-map, through the water. You have players inside a P2 window. Beans is cutting them off on rotation. It's allowing Team War to set up for a majority of this time.
A great chance to bounce back, just really delaying some of this rotation. Those deep spawns coming through behind the old hill while it was active just also slows them down a tad bit. So good news for Team War, at least get 20 seconds on the board for free. Good read in the back from Chunk, almost gets a nasty snap on Hicks. He just survives with 1 HP to his name. He's gonna now do a little bit of finessing up top here as he buys time. Doesn't want to dolphin dive there, turns, almost burns. Niall will deal with him, and now the number's starting to slip away here for Team War, and a chance for a big break, but Beans will shut down too, and he says no.
Spawns are going to flip. We're down to just scrap time here as far as P3 is concerned, and the game is just about even. So Team Revived are going to get it, and Team War are forced to concede it. But now we go over to what was essentially P3 on the previous patch, on the CDL Pro patch, all the way on the top left side of the minimap. This is a very difficult hill to break if you are Team Revived. At least you have a little bit of a buffer from the time that you have accrued in the previous 2 hills, but you have to try to push through water or all the way past P5 to get inside of that P2 building. But again, it's Big Beans. He is shutting down players on rotation up on a 4 spree. You got to get past Beans first. Twisted will take him down, but look at how much time that Team War has accrued just from that little play that Beans has played for themselves.
Yeah, just so much time bought just on that initial cross right through mid, really delaying that rotation. Good manipulation of the spawns, everything looking solid so far. Team War will now gather themselves just a small lead. 30 seconds still up for grabs. Oh, nasty. Nice little snap there in the back. We'll deal with Twisted quite easily. A constant fight for the high ground is what we always see when it comes down to sub base. Niall going to hold on to that for now as he starts picking off some of the spawners. Good job of dealing with Beans. Push for the point. Will be a bit of a trade, but ultimately Team Revive will hold on to that scrap time, and they get the majority of it as they'll bounce back, and we just go back and forth here between these 2 squads.
Look, Austin, I know it's still early days. I mean, we're just about to hop into P5 for first set of rotations here on sub-base map number 1, but talk about an immediate win condition for Team Revive. That is now back-to-back hardpoints that Team War have set themselves up for a majority of the time, and Team Revive have broken up yet again, but they didn't get as much scrap time there at 4, so this P5 skirmish is just about everything. 2 quick kills come through for Team Revive. They shut down the trophies, and Team Revive are looking down the barrel of some pretty good time.
Oh, Niall's up to 5 in a row here. A chance to earn himself maybe a cruise missile. And Nasty, well, he's going to take a quick look at that and decides to take an alternative route here, grouping up with his teammates through the middle of the map to just maybe get someone off the time. Niall's also soaking it up as he's on this 5 spree, trying to earn the cruise missile. Teammates now dropping around, so you're going to have to ask for a big play, and he's got no trophy system to keep him safe. Streak will come to an end. Beat down up top from Bance is good, and now we'll see Team War maybe fight for the remaining 15 seconds.
Looking pretty good for it, Austin. That'll just about keep things about dead even, maybe give or take about 7 seconds worth of time, but on sub base, that is not that big, if you can tell by the canter of my voice. Team Revive had themselves a pretty good lead, 10-7 for Nile. You saw that big spree that was being put together there at the end of this first set of hills. Just about 9 seconds separate these two teams as we skirmish once again through the middle of the map.
The map, 9-second differential as you just put, Andy. Beans up top, trying to see if they can lock something down. Also want to play for maybe some kind of a flip here at some point too. So if you see 2 or 3 players drop down, you might just see these guys fly forward and try to see if they can maybe flip around the spawns. 35 seconds up for grabs. Hill has been neutral for the majority of this time here thus far. Nasty is under so much pressure, asking for assistance, but it's Keza through the middle of the map that's able to piece together yet another double. Nile comes up with a third, so everyone from Team War being completely eliminated. Beans needs to go big, and Beans does deliver with 2. He's able to relieve just a tad bit of that pressure.
Talk about a player that has been fallen from his challenger's grace. Beans, when he got pulled up to the Boston Breach, didn't exactly have the slaying momentum that he once had in Challengers. Now he's up to 15-13 here for his first showcasing in a Challengers Open for MW3. That said, you're still trailing down by a serious chunk of time if you are Team War. So these opening gunfights up top in P2 window are massive. You need to be able to try to stay alive to set up the pinch around through the maze area, and Bance delivers on the goods. Got himself 2 in this life already. Now if you're Team War, you can set yourself up here for a good amount of time.
That's a great sequence here coming into P2. Just all the kills pretty much come in for Team War. They clear out the point to get themselves a bit of control, and now a chance to regain that lead. Nasty here on the staircase, looking for something to really just run into him, see if he can maybe pick up a couple kills. Hixie's already thinking about a rotation, but the kills are just coming through for Team War. Nothing here for Team Revived on this push, and this is where you have to be careful. You want to start to rotate. You don't want to give Team War, though, too much breathing room as they make their way across the map and try to rotate to new.
Hey, don't let these boys cook, though. Team War, I mean, you let them get hot. This is where you start to have a certain problem if you are Team Revived. You cannot relent the pressure that you started off this map so wonderfully on. Hixie's going to be top snow. He's going to be the tip of the spear, if you will. Some early damage on a Chunk top 10. Now, unbeknownst to Charlie, there are 2 players in here. Chunk's going to get the job done, take down Charlie top snow, and that's going to alleviate a lot of pressure for Team Revive on this initial skirmish.
Nasty,
or it should have. Never mind.
Good for 2. My goodness. Shots in the back. Twisted realizes the importance of holding onto his life. But, I mean, take a look at the minimap right now. He is completely swarmed by the Team War members. And, well, they will quickly deal with him in the back. So, just like that, Team Revive fighting their way through the middle of the map. Nasty snapping on heads will be dealt with from Keza. Keza has a lot of work to do as he's the first one forward. He's got none of his teammates with him. There's a lot of kills lined up in front, but he is not finding any eliminations.
Dude, Hixie finessing his life. 17-16 now for Hixie. That is going to guarantee the majority of time there on P3 was so good for Team Revive. In the first set of hard points, the script has been flipped. You're about to be over 200 points if you are Team War. Team Revive, you feel like now they're on their heels. Nasty top catwalk is already starting to layer on the pressure. He's going to try to play his life. He's going to get sniffed out by Nile. So if you are Team Revive, hold the high ground. Player number 5 is the one you got to be watching out for Chunk. He's the one anchoring the spawns. You need this to be a money hill if you are Revived.
Yeah, this is a great setup for as far as covering just about all of your angles and all of your bases. It's just about finding the kills. You need this time, like you said, Andy. But Beans is up to 5. That is a potential streak in the works now for Team War. Nasty able to find another one. Beans does get up to 6. Cruise Missile comes on through, but it's going to be Keza that's able to find himself a couple kills. But again, they're only in the middle of the map. They're not by the point. You are just seeing Team War locked down just about every single second right now, and they are running away with this game. You need a break. You got to fight for this time if your team revives.
If you've only been watching the pros play, listen, we are on the live patch. Trophy systems do not stop cruise missiles anymore. They just get scared in the middle of the hard point, and they scour across the entirety of the left side of the mini-map like ants. And Team War will benefit from such a cause. It's going to put them up to 230 to 167 for Team Revive. They had a very strong setup there on 4, and now they have to get a full 60 on P5 just to stay alive in the hard point. Beans for 2, 1 with the semi, 1 with the headshot on a Chunk. Team War break back inside the time.
Yeah, Chunk's got to win those ones, and it could cost them the game. Beans now lining them up alongside Hixie as they just mow down every single Team Revived member.
Oh, yeah.
Cruise missiles coming on through. Hixie's going to let it fly, and why not? These boys are frying. They're cooking up something good, and that will be a Map 1 victory. Team War coming back and making a statement.
I mean, look, when you think about these members for Team War, you talked about it for Hixie. Rookie player last season, ended up coming back through and just got a championship win there in Texas when he ended up getting called up for Toronto Ultra. He gets dropped after getting second place in champs, but just looking from top to bottom, Beans was on Boston, Nasty was playing for London last season, Bance has been through the ins and workings of so many different teams for CDL. You feel like there's a certain chip on their shoulder to prove a point, and prove it they absolutely did through that second stint of hard points, and that was a continuation all the way through the third. And so that all said and done, I mean, it has just been a massive turn of events coming through for Team War to be able to really sink their teeth in for the majority of the time. When a majority of those gunfights, they got 2 cruise missiles along the way, and it really did feel like that once that second set popped, Austin, they just did not skip a beat.
Yeah, I mean, they really did. And you could really feel just the presence right through mid when they were controlling some of that high ground. You saw Beans getting up top. You saw Nasty getting up top. It just felt like they kept cutting them down. They kept getting those 2 pieces. So there was no members really left to actually find the kills on the point itself. And they were able to really just overwhelm, take over. And it was off, to a pretty solid start, at least initially there for Revive Gaming, right? They came out with about a 40-point lead. They had a pretty solid break coming into P2. Team War struggled to find a bit of their footing, at least on that map in the first half. But second half, that's where they started really locking things down. They found that perfect rotation from P2 to P3. That gave them that 60-point lead, and, well, they never let up after that. So that's what you come to expect. Again, when I look at this Team War squad, Andy, I'm like, you could slot all 4 of those guys into the CDL, and you would see them probably perform extremely well. It's just a team that is CDL caliber, but I mean, that's what comes to happen when you have so many talented players here in Challengers. But we get a great glimpse of it right there, at least in the map number 1.
You feel like that if you just end up picking up this entire Team War and you slot them into even the pro bracket that's currently being played across the street at MGM, they would probably place top 8 at worst, and probably top 6,
Sure.
to be completely candid with you. They are so structurally sound. We always talk about Hixie through those intangibles. He always is going to be that tip of the spear for rotations, trying to get that sub into very annoying places to make things a little bit easier for the ARs of both Nasty and Beans to get in those high ground positions, such on sub base, to be able to make the setup so much easier. That was so clear in that second set of hard points there on that map number 1, but even still, don't count them out. They can absolutely slay.
Yeah.
Nasty's been doing it for years. Beans the same. Vance for generations, it's starting to feel, and Hixie not too far behind as well. So it's very nice to be able to see Team War. They kind of fell a little short. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That Team Revive squad was kind of scaring me from Team War's perspective, the way they're starting things
Sure.
off, but you cannot ever count out those Team War boys. They absolutely deliver on the goods, and that map number 1 is going to be feeling pretty darn skippy for them going into the map number 2.
Yeah, it's got to be great, too. You mentioned Bance. Like, Bance has a different role now compared to what he's been doing basically the last couple of years, right? So it's been a little bit interesting to see how maybe he's been loosened up a little bit more, has a little bit more freedom to play that third AR or pull out that second sub whenever needed. So playing that flex role a little bit more here, at least in Modern Warfare 2. So we'll see what ends up happening here as they continue. But we'll take a look at the replays as well just to see how that game, did actually take place. Because, again, the first half, was very, very competitive. A lot of back and forth. Lead changes basically the entire way through. It wasn't until we got to about that second half where things started to be a little bit more locked down. And maybe you can also talk about the fact that Team War are coming off of their last series. They're coming off a bit of a good match, so maybe that plays a bit of a factor. But either way, you definitely see them take over through the second half.
Yeah, I know that Kev, Team War Surge, of course, the owner for that team, was doing periscopes as well. Both teams are coming off of 2-0s back-to-back through their opening round worth of play, and then the second round as well. A certain amount of time in between the first game and the second series that was played. But, hey, I mean, it's talk about just stepping on in, getting the business done, and that is going to be absolutely good for you when it comes down to a very long Friday and what's going to be an even longer Saturday as well. So Team War going to be feeling pretty darn good for themselves. If you are Team Revive, though, just thinking about the players that are represented for that squadron, S&D might just be your wheelhouse to try to even up the series going into the map 3.
Yeah, that very well could be the case here for us. We'll be jumping into the map 2 very, very quickly. But first, want to give a shout out to our partners, Oakley. If you haven't already, make sure you do. Go and check out Oakley. They do have a new pair of glasses that you can actually get your hands on. They are called the Baxters, and they are the BXTRs. It is the gold ones. I think some of our talent will be wearing them, I'm sure, throughout the weekend as we continue to give a shout out to our partners. But once again, a big shout out to Oakley for being one of our partners here for the Boston Major. But as we start to set up map number number 2. It's funny because we talked about this map set a little bit before getting into the matchup, but we have sub bases, we have high rises. This is something that EU maybe favors a little bit more. High rise is a little bit more of an RNG map for me. The propane, you never know when it's going to go, Andy, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm not playing, I'm casting it. So I love watching a little high rise. You know?
Yeah, watch out from above. Those Sentinels are going to come crashing down, and you never know which explosive barrel, top helicopter, if not the propane tanks on either side of the bomb, might just explode. Offense first for Team Revived. Going to go for the 2-2 split. High ground is everything while trying to take some space here for Keza.
Yeah, Keza going to get right up top to propane. He's going to find a nasty angle on Nasty. And, well, he will get the help of Twisted to finish that one off. Helly now going to be in control here for Team Revive, but they do lose a couple members in the process. So 3v2 we go. Hixie will pounce quickly. He'll find a quick trade on the Twisted. And now Keza the last one up in Hixie. Man, he just challenges, is not scared whatsoever, and just guns him.
Look, man, opening days, first round. Yabi, you already highlighted ever so wonderfully, didn't you, buddy? I mean, you have so many different explosions coming through that you have to be rather safe. You don't have trophy systems to keep yourself company from all these explosions, but just because you scathe away from all the nades doesn't mean you're not safe from all the crossfires that High Rise is offered to you. Hixie benefiting that. 14 more walked away with 2 in that round. Pretty good opening defense, if I do say so myself. And now what is Team War going to open up with their first offense?
Kez, they're going to throw a little bit of priority at least over towards B long. See if you can just get control of propane. Stop the enemy from really getting control of that. Power position is the key, but good first blood will come on towards Chunk. That's going to slow things down just a tad bit here for the defense. Keza now a little bit more left on an island as you see this play underneath also starting to unfold. Hixie actually will be red. Nile will find the kill, but that's a lot of information here for Team War. What are they going to be able to do with it? Beans is spotted. Still wins the gunfight without hesitation. Nasty gets one more, and 1v1 we go.
Nile gets some early damage. Stuns are out late. It didn't tag Nile. But where's Nasty gone? He's escaped like 2 ships in the night. They pass by each other, top and bottom. Nasty has now repositioned. He's got the bomb. Nile, though, back propane. Gets some early damage, but Nasty gets away again.
If Nile loses this, he is going to be so frustrated. He's had Nasty one-shot twice now. Nasty's going to re-wrap back. Oh, he is not going to look to his right. Not ready for the gunfight. And, well, Nile at least does eventually finish him off. Nice big round coming through for him as they tie things up one apiece.
He still had his frag after that, too?
Yeah.
What the resource? I mean, if you're Nile, yeah, you'd be frustrated if you didn't win that gunfight. You already talked about it. You had a one-shot multitude of times, but you can't just fault Nasty whatsoever. I'd have to take my socks off to count the amount of different areas on High Rise that Nile could have been in that final moment. Nile walks away with 3 in that previous round, halfway to getting himself a cruise missile. Very influential on a map like High Rise.
Certainly is, and well, mentioned a lot of those nades. We typically see them thrown out just about immediately. Preset nades are just about everything on High Rise. Again, for blowing things up early. Hixie! My goodness! A sub in AR does not matter. Hixie will get the job done as he doubles up early in round 3.
That was an egregious push out of Charlie. He just bulldozes his way through Elevator Street, lays prone, finds 2. Sure. 5th kill through 3 rounds for Charlie Hixie. And now you're stuck in a 2v4 if you are Team Revived. You can see what those arrows are doing on the minimap. One has to collect the bomb, one has to try to collect information, but they are so spaced out from one another. Twisted is just going to have to peek the windows, gets cut down. Chunk, 1v4, in the cards, lays prone, does find one. Doesn't find the next. Golly, what an opening rollout.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I mean, great preset nades over the top. It gives that just a little bit of room for Hixie to push up. Finds that first one, but he has no business winning the second gunfight.
Yeah.
And then Nasty basically does just about the exact same thing. He hits up B lane as well, and he's able to find himself another big kill. So everything looking pretty solid here thus far. Team War doing what they need to come out on top and maintain control. And Hixie's now also up to 6-1.
Averaging 2 kills around. 3 streak coming through for Hixie. So what's the response going to be here if you are Team Revived? The opening duels have not really gone your way, so they're taking a very forward approach across the Elevator Street, trying to shut down the initial push for Team War.
Well, first blood again here for Beans. That's really been the story of this game, hasn't it? Team War finding that first kill, and then usually able to stay alive. Beans will get help from Pants. It's just, you can't win on any front right now, can you, if you're Team Revived? just looking for any gunfight, but it's almost like there's always a second player there when you tag the first. 3v2 we go. Bant's starting to work his way onto B, and they will be able to clear this out fairly easily. There's a player down low. That is Chunk. He's in a nice little spot, but he is not going to be in a position to stop the bomb plant as the bomb will go down safely, and now you have to play retake.
Back in a 1v3 for Chunk. He's got a sub, finds the first, can't get away with his life. And that is, again, just the, I wouldn't say a download. It's more of a very good response for Team War for what Team Revive are throwing at them. It is a very day one idea. You want to get control of that elevator street. Nobody was top helicopter to try to watch that cross going inside of B. And from that forward approach, you end up finding that initial trade. Yeah, you lost Nasty trying to go for the hook route all the way through the underside of Blue. But it didn't even matter at that point. Hixie already got inside the bomb site. He's now up to 4 in a row, 7-1 to the good. And he gets that bomb planted. At that point, the win condition's already been set for Team War, who now find themselves in a 2-round lead.
2-round lead. Can they continue? Have to find an answer here for Team Revive. That's really going to be the big factor. Keza hasn't been involved. Looking for his first kill. Beans up top. He's under a lot of pressure. Chunk's going to give him a couple of shots over the top. Twisted also going to reposition, but they will deal with Chunk. So able to find that first one. Keza now trying to see if he can find anything else, but he will be quickly dealt with as Hixie just flies through the underground. And he'll now build himself up to 5 in a row. Looking for 6 now. Slips away just barely at the skin of his teeth, but in the back, Twisted able to get nasty. 2v2 we go. Finally a good look here for Team Revived.
It's the battle of the flanks. Hixie, that stun hits him, and he can't complete the kill on a Nile. But he knows that he's trapped over by the HUD. Hixie from the peak gets Nile down to 38 HP, gets away with his life, but it allows Beans to slide through top blue. He'll find that kill, and they know exactly where Nile's located at. Try to get that final kill to Hixie, and he will collect on such a cause. Big round coming through for Team War, and a massive shutdown for any sort of semblance of control that this Team Revive roster was looking for across this map. Now Hixie's up to 9-1. Yeah, I mean, I want to say that you want your stuns to be on point to deal with where Charlie's going across the map, but he has changed his opening rollouts, both offense and defense, through every single round so far.
Yeah, he is not very predictable whatsoever. It has been difficult just to lock him down. He's almost always finding kills behind you, and if not, even some of those rounds, he's challenging you straight up and winning those gunfights too. So have to deal with Charlie Hixie if you want to win this map number 2, and more importantly, stay alive in the upper bracket if your Team Revive, because they're already down 0-1. But first blood, again, nasty. Not just 1, it's 2. It's a full-on hit through B-Long. It is an ego chow call. It is straight up, let's just gun them. I do not care where they are. We are chowing you.
It's too easy. Just way too easy. I mean, that is now, what, 3 defenses in a row for Team Revive where they try to take an immediate approach across the elevator street. First time they get obliterated by set nades. This time they just get belittled by Byron Nasty. Nile in a 1v2. Would be a total of a 1v3 down to 17 HP. It's going to allow Hixie to slide on up and plant this bomb at B when conditions set. What can you give us here, Nile?
And Nile would have to really pull this off to keep this team in the game, and he's going to be tagged up. He's going to maybe take the angle here through the right side, but doesn't really want to go for the chow. Hixie giving him an angle. We'll get tagged, backs down. Beans laying down, ready for the chow. Nowhere to go, nothing you can do. Now will not pull off anything crazy, and Team War continue their dominance here on High Rise.
It's an interesting tale of 2 different tapes, right? Where Hixie's being unpredictable, Team Revived are being overly predictable. These nades are getting so much information for Team War through the early get-go that by the time that stun hits, when they're on offense and they at least get 1 hit marker on the elevator street, you're getting triple chowed. Triple chowed on an elevator street by Team War, who are shooting diffy right now. Hixie, 9-1, 5-2 for Beans, 6-6 for Nasty. Everybody doing their part for Team War. Keza, still yet to find a kill.
Yeah, had to bring it up, but he might be going 07 here after this. We'll see. Looking for that first one. You look at, he's playing a safe angle, doesn't want to overchow, but he's losing his teammates. Twisted just kind of runs in. You can definitely tell he's panicked. Keza looking for 1. He just needs 1. Oh, I don't know if he's going to get it. Oh, he's not. Keza does go 0-7. Can't get on the board, but more importantly, Team War, they just pepper him, make it look simple. There's a reason we gassed this team, and, well, they get the job done quite easily here with a 6-1 victory.
Yeah, what does everybody need us for? And to gas up these guys. They just did it by themselves, where we traded the opening first 2 rounds. Well, Keza got 3 assists, all right? So he didn't fully join the agency. Let's 037 is not an agent, all right? It's not a 007. Let's give him some flowers. He was at least
A little bit of
withering some
copium. I
damage.
like
a little
it.
bit
I
of
like
copium.
it.
A little bit of copium. But where they didn't have any copium whatsoever was allowing Hixie to get away with Highway
Oh,
Robert.
man.
He was the Hamburglar of these First Bloods, man. It is unbelievable to watch some of these routes that Hixie is developing on a map like High Rise, where you feel like that for a player of his caliber, he's going to probably just run through Underground a multitude of times. Pulls out the AR from time to time. He's channeling the long street there on elevators. Sometimes he's going through the Underground, up through your Underground stairs on the offensive side, and getting in your face on that 6 free. And it all culminated to that final round, in round number 7, where Hixie calls in the cruise missile. And you just saw, again, much like how we had in that sub base, once you had that resource advantage for Team War, where are you going to go? A trophy system's not going to keep you safe anymore, brother. You are just going to have to scarce your way inside of any sort of building whatsoever, and into the waiting arms of Byron Nasty, you will fall. 6-1, search and destroy for Team War. That is a statement within its own self.
Yeah, they are here to take care of business, and they certainly do it. A nice little 2-0. Slow start, you know, in the sub base, but they turn it around, and they turn it around quick. And, well, the bat number 2, they were completely heated up. So they get the job done. They will move on to winners round 4, where that will be best of 5. So we'll be moving on to a bit of a different format from here on out, at least past these rounds. Now, before we do get to some of those rounds, we also want to give another big shout out here to one of our sponsors here for the Boston Major, the Army National Guard. This Army National Guard members have been serving part-time while protecting the Bay State for nearly 4 centuries. Live here, serve here, and game here, all at the same time here in the Army National Guard. Visit nationalguard.com to learn more. Make sure you guys head over there, give them some love. And again, a very big thank you here for being one of our partners for the Boston Major. Well, that one was pretty swift. That one was quick. We'll get our next match set up here as fast as possible. Make sure you guys stay with us. We'll throw things to a break. We'll be back more with another matchup.
Want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
People want to define Gen Z.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god, what?
Oh no, this one is bad. What?
Situate on this one.
Situate. Situate.
Skatate.
Skituit?
It is pronounced Situate.
Okay, nice.
Brooklyn? I don't know. Brooklyn?
Oh, Brooklyn.
Brookline.
Brookline.
That's correct. I said it with so much confidence.
Okay, see, now I'm gonna start pronouncing them weird just because.
Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcester?
I'm gonna say Worcester.
It's pronounced Worcester.
What? Worcester? That one makes no sense.
Haverhill. Haverhill.
I want to say Haverhill, but I'm going to say that it's pronounced Haverhill. Haverhill.
Yeah, I would say this is Haverhill, but it's probably like Haverhill.
Haverhill, final answer.
It's pronounced Haverhill.
Haverhill?
Haverhill? I was kind of close.
Okay. Leicester, final answer.
Leicester.
God, this one's gonna be weird. Leicester?
Leicester.
It's pronounced Leicester.
Leicester?
Leicester. Leicester?
That makes sense.
That makes sense? What? Why is the I there?
Karuit.
I have no clue on this one. Katut.
Katut.
Say Kachut, final answer? Kochut? Katuit?
I'm gonna go with the same thing. Gloucester?
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Gloucester, final answer.
Gloucester.
Gloucester. Gloucester. Nah.
It is pronounced Gloucester.
Oh, Gloucester?
Gloucester?
Close.
It's like Hingham or something, right?
Hingham.
Okay, I'm gonna say Hingham, final answer.
Hingham. Hingham. Nah. Hingham.
It is pronounced Hingham.
Hingham. What? Wait, say it again.
Hingham.
Hingham.
Billerica?
Billerica.
Billerica, final answer.
Pronounced Billerica.
Billerica. Bro, what?
And thank you so much to Proper and Visions covering that last series. It was a quick 2-0 by Team Moore, but Challengers rolls on, and so does the bracket. And coming up next, it is going to be the hometown Boston Breach Academy taking on NGNL Dark, which apparently is a grudge match from that last Toronto major. That is always something we love to see in Challengers. The hometown crew, especially right after the main Boston Breach team, unfortunately falls out of the tournament to the Surge. Got to see the Academy team here to put on a show, but they have got some fierce competition next to them.
Yeah, and this should theoretically be our last best of 3 of the tournament here. Should be our last game of winners round 3 here. Of course, you know the Breach Academy roster. You got Shawnee, Censor, Pentagram, and Yeez on there. NGNL, Dark, God, Bowser, Chloe, Gobla, and Zinx. And I know NGNL actually came here with 2 teams into this tournament here, and I know both of them have been performing pretty well down there in the pit. So see if they got what it takes to take on the Breach Academy. Of course, you know, some names over there on Breach Academy that we've known for a long, long time. They've been putting out results for a long time, and they're ready to start off the year right. They made it all the way to winners round 3. They're looking to keep it moving.
And now let's start to break down where this battle will be taking place. It's going to be a bit of the, we see a lot of the same 1 and 2 spot there. It's going to be Karachi, map 1 and 2, and it is going to be high-rise control for that map 3. Not something we see very often, but given it is that best of 3, it's going to be a lot more limited of a pool, less bans, and we are going to get underway with the series. Boston Breach Academy taking on NGNL Dark.
And Karachi here, one of the maps on Hardpoint that was barely touched, if not at all, in terms of the Hardpoint. I believe it wasn't touched at all. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that one. See, Challenge 0-2 here. That is going to be Gobla from the side of NGNL Black. We've got just a LAN account on there for the time being. Shawnee, though, he's feeling good on this P1. 26 points already racked up, looking to keep it moving. A trophy system's down. Zinx, no clue where the shots are even coming from. And Shawnee, he's able to take down Chloe before he finally goes down on that point.
Yeah, Zinx did a great job to kind of get a lot of pressure there, break into it, get a couple of kills. Unfortunately, like you said, Shawnee, he was sitting pretty on a trophy, got a free 35 points all by himself, and that is a great P1 for Breach Academy. Zinx, though, 2 up, 2 down.
Chloe picks up another one as well over here on P2. It's NGNL Black who has been holding it for the time being pretty well. Zinx is almost perfect timing on there as well. Pentagram grabs him. Shawnee, shots back. Gobla's down. However, the point is still held. Shawnee wants to move into the cafeteria. He's not going to make it past God. Bowser, though, takes one down. The secondary is out, and the point control has flipped. Sinks in the backside with his secondary.
Wow.
It is absolute chaos on this site. Look at the secondary kills. The Renetti going crazy.
And look at the cruise missile in the back pocket. That is exactly what NGNL Black is going to want to use. That is great for setting up next rotations. That is great for getting info and getting clearance of the map. Boston Breach Academy, they got off to a nice lead. It was 37-0, but NGNL Black have fought back. They have dug back, and Zinx right now 11-2. Both weapons does not matter. This guy is finding ways to get the job done. We're going to see Sensor looking to try to line one up. The cruise missile is going to get called in from Zinx. He's already got 11, looking to see if he can find just a little bit more. Nothing will find home, and Breach Academy will remain locked on the point.
Zinx quite literally putting the team on his back right now. 11-2. The rest of his teammates matching his kills, all 3 added up. That is a pretty wild scoreline to see, only moving into what, P3 here, moving into P4. That's going to be Gobla down as Penta and Shawnee and the rest of the Breach keep the kills rolling. They grab the scrap time right at the end of this point here. Looking towards next is NGNL Dark.
Whoa, Shawnee, nice little head tap onto Gobla there. Boston Breach Academy, they do have the lead. They were able to get that scrap time, but NGNL Black will have rotations for next. Breach Academy will have to find a way to kind of penetrate this front line, but when you've got someone like Zinx lining up, there is just no chance to get through there, and this lead will, I think, continue to swallow. They're going to try to get back in here with Breach taking the lead last point.
Yeah, I mean, we've been neck and neck almost all map here, back and forth. Both teams about 30 seconds on each hard point. Penta, no clue. There's another player on his left here. He is going to find one on the ground. The flank comes through from Chloe, and he is able to find that God Bowser drops down towards the point. Still 30 seconds to play. But look at Sensor right behind him. Able to find one, but the trade does come through the wall from Klo. Zinx holding it down, trying to cover these upper-level balconies.
No one wants to chell Zinx.
You have to cover that second floor, though. It's crucial to try and be able to control this point. Breach Academy is able to grab that back. They're up about 10 points. Kills across the map for both Shawnee and Penta as well. Gobla, good for one on Sensor, and we're headed towards next.
Yeah, the Breach Academy did a great job to break through that front line, and basically the name of this game is if you kill Zinx, you are going to have a great chance to break through that point, start to get those point totals up. Sensor, nice little jump shot from downtown. Yee's going to be good for the two-piece. Breach Academy looking to start to put the screws to NGNL Black. They're going to grab this point. They're going to have spawn control. They've got map control. How far can they build the lead?
He's a long rotation, absolute laser with the Rival 9 in his hands. Penta waiting on a player to cross, and he will be able to find that one. Zinx about to drop down from the heavens. He's able to find one with the Renetti. He is a huge fan of that secondary this map.
Well, I mean, the Renetti is quite powerful. Zinx is going to drop shot Yeast. Finally, Shawnee is going to take him down 17-7. What more could you ask of Zinx so far? Unfortunately, the scoreboard has not been too friendly to NGNL. They got to get more support. They got to get these other three teammates online, try to get some time on this point, because right now, Breach Academy, it was a 70-70 game, give or take it. Right now, they are up 60-70 points, and this next point is going to unlock right dead center of the map.
All it takes is one good hard point to get yourself a sizable lead. And as we head back to P1, NGNL has the hold at the start here. However, P1 was a tough one for NGNL. We saw Shawnee hold this first rotation for a very long time. Yeez! What just happened flying down? Was that a hip fire? I don't even know.
That was an assassination by all regards. Oh my goodness, Breach Academy. They are starting to pick Pentagram, another jump shot, I'm pretty sure. Tags down Klo. Finally, NGNL will find a trade back, and not a moment too soon. They're going to finally break through the point, if not only for a single second. Sensor is going to shut down Goblin. Now it's going to be Shawnee grabbing the rest of this scrap time. Breach Academy sitting pretty. 70-plus point lead. They should be able to grab the rest of this scrap time, and then NGNL will have next, and they will have to hold.
Shawnee plays P1 very, very well. He knows exactly the angles that he's going to get
got 4 minutes on.
Yeah, and he just keeps himself out of harm's way the whole time while, you know, crouch peeking, snaking up and down. He's going to be able to do that as Pentagram and Sensor, a couple kills through, but NGNL back, trading back very, very well off of this hard point. And now we got Gobla, who's in a pretty advantageous position. He's able to find one. Ooh. However, the timing on the nade not going to be good for him as Shawnee and Sensor want to move into this point. There's only one player on it.
Yeah, Boston did have enough players to try to break through the front line, but the fact that NGNL does have those backside spawns, they're going to be able to get right back onto that hard point, try to stop the break from coming through. Shawnee contesting the hard point up top of the corner, is going to have one right around the corner on top of the rack. Pentagram and Sensor will be good to grab a couple of those picks. Boston once more will try to grab the scrap time. NGNL, though, that was a fantastic hold. They cut the lead basically in half, exactly what they needed to get into this game, but now, if you check the minimap, Boston will be set up beautifully for next.
And P3 is one of those points where if you get that first
Money
hold
hill
and you're on your shots, we could see close to the end of the game here. It's definitely a good position for Breach Academy to be in right now. You see Yeezy's taken down from above as it's a two-pronged attack on the hard point right now. One goes down and the hard point flips over. Sensor's on the point. He's able to find one with the Renetti, but it's just chaos all throughout this map.
I was going to say, I feel like, I know it's Call of Duty, we have not had an empty kill feed, it feels like the entire game. Sinks and Sensor are going to go back and forth there, trading blows. NGNL down about 50, or 45 points rather, could get this lead close down about half to that distance so far. This has been an excellent back and forth map, and Sensor has been having a great last 2 to 3 minutes, picked up 4 or 5 kills. He's going to find an answer one back there, and Sensor continuing to fry. Finally will get shut down, but Boston Breach Academy will continue to grow this lead.
They're back on the point. They're able to pick up the last few seconds. They crack 200. You're 44 points away from the victory here. NGNL not crazy far behind in the grand scheme of things. However, you cannot let Penta just walk around and grab kills like this. It's gonna allow the control of the point to flip back into their hands. Penta, it's just a great spot that he's in right now. He shuts down half the rotations that try to come to this point.
And NGNL, yes, it is still a relatively close game, but the more that Breach starts to build up this lead, it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher to lock it down. And that is a couple huge picks out of Boston. If they can somehow break onto this point, get this to about that 220, 225 range, they will be more than happy. But Zinx tracking and knocking down Yeez. That's another kill. God Bowser, good for that one. It has been quite literally, essentially a one-for-one fest. It feels like this entire game. NGNL is going to have control of the point for the time being, but we're going to see Sensor already playing over toward next.
I think we saw, what, 25 points total from that hardpoint rotation? Just so much back and forth. A one-for-one fest. That's a perfect word to use for it. Sensor and Johnny, though, in the kill feed, they get control of this next rotation, and this could spell disaster for NGNL.
Yeez on the flank.
Yeez. Will he be able to find it? He does find one. Sensor's going to get taken down. The points not taken just yet. 226. Creeping up even farther. Yeez taking Sensor's spot, but the long-range shots are good from the AR of Zinx.
That is a great break by NGNL, but if you are Boston Academy, yes, you did not want to lose that point. You would have liked to win the map, but the fact you're still able to get 25, 30 points or so, try to play off that scrap time. NGNL, though, this is getting down to the wire. Not many more points will be left required to finish off this map. Yeez and Sensor both getting it done. Goblet is going to finally find the swing. Drop down Pentagram. Yeez, though, continuing to find these picks in key moments for Breach Academy. They are going to be at about 240 when this next rotation hits, and dead center of the map. This is anyone's point to take.
We are back to P1, and we know the Breach has loved this point in the past. This Breach Academy roster, they're 11 points away from map 1 being taken. But NGNL, I mean, they've cracked 200 now. They're still only about 40 points behind, closing that lead swiftly. But you have to move. All players are up for the time being. You gotta contest this point. God Bowser able to find one in close quarters.
Last chance.
But Sensor's on the point. Will Doug finish it off? That's gonna be 250 to end off the match. Breach Academy take Karachi here on Hardpoint.
I feel like, I mean, we had the Subliner series. That was a banger map in every aspect of the word. That was back and forth the entire way through. We saw Zinc starting off like 14-4 or something. This guy was absolutely smurfing it, killed the entire first half of the map. But the other thing with Hardpoint, it is a long game, especially a game close as that. It is so hard to stay consistent, getting those 3-4 pieces every single time. It's very, very tough to keep up. So 250 to 206. Fantastic map 1, and now we're going to see if Breach Academy can try to lock this one up in map 2.
Yeah, from about 100-point lead all the way down to 30. NGNL really locking in towards the end, but Breach Academy, they're just better on that P1 over there on Karachi.
I think Shawnee had, I was at 17 minutes. I think he legitimately had 2.5 minutes on P1 alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the stats showed that for sure. It was definitely a solid match from Breach Academy. We are going to send it over to a quick little break. Allow map 2 to get ready. Oh, I'm actually being told that map 2 might be ready in a second here, but we will cut it over nonetheless, and we will be back with another map over there on Karachi, this time on S&D.
We get how uncertain the future is. We've come of age in a complex world, face to face with problems we didn't create. So what's gonna happen next? We are. Because our future is the future. The life we have chosen has prepared us for this. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disasters and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Welcome back from a hectic map one there that ended in a, 250 to 206 victory for Breach Academy. As we head back to Karachi on S&D, I hope we see a slower game. I hope we have a little bit of time to analyze the game because it was just go, go, go on hardpoint. There was no downtime in that last map here. Breach Academy looking to try and make it 2-0. NGNL, Dark, trying to stay away from that loser's bracket at all costs. We'll see if they can take us to high rise. Map coming in just a second here. But, I mean, S&D on Karachi, it should theoretically be a much slower map, but you never know.
That's the great thing about Theory and Challenger.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can throw all that right out the window. And like you said, map one was a fist fight, and I expect nothing less in this map 2 search, though. Naturally going to be a little bit more slower paced, a little more methodical. But Breach Academy up 1-0, looking to send NGNL down to losers for our last series of the evening, and first blood goes to God Bowser.
He's going to take down Yeez in that fight. Shawnee takes a little bit of chip, but nothing to be worried about. Penta trades one back onto Gobla. Here we are, 3v3. Breach Academy on the attack. Penta wants to get a little bit of a better angle up here.
Silence.
Yeah.
Remember a slower map?
Sensor with the bomb. He's creeping close to B here, though. However, he is going to get spotted out. That's bomb down. Zinx finds one, but Penta always there to cover his teammates. Shawnee keeps another one going. Close the last one alive in a 1v2, but the bomb is down.
Oh, Pent is not going to find the kill. Now it is a 1v1. Shawnee taking on Klo. Plant is going to go down over at B. Shawnee's going to get that thing down. And now it is going to be the 1v1. It is all timing. It is all circumstance. Who is going to be able to find this first angle? Shawnee looking to reposition on top of Tunnel. Is going to find the swing and the frag. And Breach Academy picking up where they left off. And round one goes to them.
Yeah, great decision from Shawnee to just get that plant down when you see the other player fall. Klo could not just go for the re-engage. He did not have the health to be willing to take that fight, so he has to go for the long rotation back around, and it is going to mean victory for Breach Academy there in round 1. Penta and Shawnee, 2 kills apiece.
It did get a little sketchy. The thing, when Sensor got caught lurking to sight, it's like when your parents catch you sneaking out of the house. They're like, get back. Listen, we're done with all that nonsense. Get back. Go to your room. But Breach Academy, they did walk away with the round win despite the best effort. So NGNL Black looking to see if they can do a little bit better this time. But Shawnee is going to open things up with that first pick. And now it's Yeez. 2 up, 2 down. Breach up 2 men.
Second player up here around Yeez and Shawnee. I don't think they want to engage just yet, though. Zinx down from afar. Sensor takes him, and it's 4 kills in swift
Pretty easy.
fashion. Yeah. 2-0 Breach Academy.
Yeah, round 1 was a little bit slower. Had to get to the 1v1, had to play the post plant. This round, Breach, go shoot, go gunny, and go all the way. Shawnee 4-0 on the day so far. That is exactly what you want to see. And he had a great first map hardpoint as well, keeping that momentum rolling into this second map. And Breach Academy as a whole, keeping that momentum going. NGNL, got to start to find these rounds. 2-0, not the end of the world, but you fall back 3-4-0 on the map that could send you down to losers. You got to try to lock in.
Yeah, those team packs are fantastic this year, too.
They're
very
sick.
vibrant, I gotta say so. Zinx, he's able to find first blood in the round. Yeez is down, but if the past rounds have said anything, you want to be looking to take down Shawnee here. He's been so fantastic in finishing off these rounds that if you leave him towards the end, it could be devastating. However, Sensor down.
He's down.
Klo finds the kill on that one. Klo, did you spot him? You can't turn in time.
Oh,
gotta turn up the sense, but the nade to save face in the end.
Oh, maybe caught lacking on the ladder a little bit. Shawnee does find 2. Breaks it into the 1v1. Zinx versus Shawnee. A cruise missile on the line if he can't find the last kill. And this is exactly what he's looking for. He's going to bust out the cruise missile. Can he spot Zinx, though? Searching, searching, searching. Will he be able to find anything? No, sirree. 22 seconds left on the clock. Shawnee and Zinx fighting it out in the 1v1. Again, 18 seconds to play. They've got to make a move. The bomb still over by the B site. Shawnee has got to get over there and try to make something happen because right now this time is not his friend and it's a little bit of Tom and Jerry action.
Shawnee, you gotta keep it moving. You gotta get on your way, and he will find it. Holy. Holy. I've got no words. 7-0 right now.
And I kind of like the fact that he did try to use the cruise missile, saying, listen, I'm not going to go for any chow. I'm just going to bust out the cruise missile. I'm either going to find you or I'm going to kill you. Ended up finding the frag in that one. So a very, very tense round. NGNL, you definitely wanted that round to try to break your way. And honestly, you've just got to find a way to shut down Shawnee. Pentagram's done good this game as well. The other 2 members have been filling their roles, but you've got to find a way to cut down Shawnee. Try to get that numbers advantage because NGNL, they've gotten first blood once or twice. The round just seems to slip away time and time again, and Shawnee just ripping it away from them.
Yeah. Starts it off with a first blood this time, keeping his perfect score alive. Zinx at 2 HP. He wants regen to start. He will have the time for it as Breach Academy rotates away, starts to focus towards these bomb sites. The plant from Klo will come through over at B, and now it's 2 players from Breach Academy that have to make this play. You're down 1. And it's Pentagram and Sensor. Pentagram down. Zinx finds that after living barely earlier in the round, too.
Yeah, 2 HP is a lot lower than even you see sometimes. Oh, Sensor, you are in a bad, bad way, my friend. Goblin gonna lock him down, shut him up. And NGNL Dark will take their first round of search there. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Finally got that round under your belt. Goblin, 5 kills on the day so far. Fantastic map out of him so far. And a nice, cleanly executed round out of NGNL.
Yeah, Goblin playing that corner, and Sensor just cannot track him fast enough. He's able to find the kill as he kind of just locks down Sensor in the end there. There's 1 round over to NGNL Dark. Starting to come back in this. Let's see if you can keep this momentum moving, because as of right now, your biggest threat is Shawnee. They took him down, and the round was a breeze after that.
I mean, coincidence? Probably not. This guy is absolutely frying. Sensor almost going to grab first blood there, trying to use that Semtex to zone away. But this plant, this is going to be an immediate plant for the Breach Academy. That is a huge kill out of Gobbler, though, onto the 4 streak. Shuts down Yeez. That plant will go through. It's going to be a 4v3 for NGNL. They're going to have to find a way to play that retake, and it's looking a little bit easier. However, it is 4 up, 4 down for the Breach, and NGNL will grab their second on the board.
2 straight. You got to feel good about that
Clean
one,
round.
too. Clean rounds,
Clean.
2 in a row. Close able to find that defuse after all is said and done. We've got a match on our hands here.
Yeah, we've been blessed with the close games today, despite the last series was a 2-0, but these games can't really split much difference between either team so far. NGNL, and right, winning rounds is great, but winning 2 back-to-back rounds in as clean of a fashion as they did gives you the confidence to say, listen, we can take these guys in the gunfight, we can figure something out, we can find that chink in the armor and try to exploit that weakness. So maybe they found something in the secret sauce to shut down the Breach, but the Breach still got that 3-2 lead, and they're looking to try to move it up to 4.
They almost have to if they want to keep, I guess, their confidence in this game. I mean, you have to want to have that lead. You have to feel good about it. There's the cruise missile coming in. Not going to find anyone from Gobbler. Just an absolutely insane round from Gobbler previously. 2 rounds straight. He's able to pick up a cruise for himself. Might have given him a little bit of intel, but not even some chip to work off after that. Penta wants to move in towards B. He's stunned up, and Bowser picks up 2. That's Penta and Yeez down. Shawnee, what can you do? Gobbler and Clo to finish it off. We're tying it up. NGNL Dark. 3 straight and 3 right back.
Second verse better than the first. 3-0 to 3-3. They are really starting to put it together. Breach Academy, the rounds are looking worse and worse by the second here. Every single round it was 3 members dead immediately. Last round they got aced essentially, only grabbing 1 more kill in that last round as well. 7 streak for Gobbler is at 9-3. Still just absolutely winning every single gunfight. And right, the key was Shawnee was 8-0. Now he's 9-3. You lost the last 3. The math is starting to add up a little bit. You're going to want to see Sensor, Yeez, and Pentagram hopefully find a way to grab a few more frags.
Sensor and Yeez are just having a tough game so far. I mean, Sensor, he's kind of been just that bomb carrier. He is able to get those plants down in most of these rounds, but it's after that kind of had a tough time in the post plant. Clo, that is a great engagement there, and he is able to find 1 onto Yeez. Gobbler's back. Can he find the second? Gobbler's down, and Shawnee still wreaking havoc on the map. Not going to let those last 3 rounds discourage him. Picks up his first kill in 3 rounds.
And maybe that's what the Breach Academy does. Hey, Gobbler's killing us. Shawnee, we need you to go take this guy out. 22 seconds left to play, though. Clo looking to maybe get the defuse started. Is going to send that nade to the backside of the map, trying to see if they can get any of these Boston Academy members to show their face, try to go for the chow. Clo looking to see if he can spot anything out. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. I mean, there's just not really much you can do. I know it's a 1v2, but to not really make an active play is a little bit head-scratching. I mean, if you were going to lose the round anyways, why not just kind of go for it? Maybe you get lucky, get a 1v1, but obviously easier said than done. It's a 1v2. Would have been extremely difficult nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, Clo was sitting on a 2 streak. Maybe his plan was just, let's see if I can wait this out, at least save it when I know I don't have the time in the 1v2. Also, just very little intel for himself there. No idea that Shawnee's on the right. I think he just barely spotted Penta kind of just walking around in those upper level buildings, but not too much he could do in the situation with the limited intel. And it's going to be Breach Academy grabbing 1 back, bringing the lead back into their hands, not letting NGNL continue their momentum that they just randomly found.
Yeah, it looks like Boston, they're going to send Sensor to be that lone wolf over on A. They're going to have everybody else anchoring mid. Yeez good for first blood off the top rope. Is going to find the nice little 360 Shawnee, though. A little bit of friendly fire in the mix there. Will end up taking down Yeez. I think a stun grenade there. And now Clo's going to take down Pentagram. So what looked like a great round out of Breach Academy, all of a sudden it's a 2v2. Shawnee, a lot of chip damage over there. But at least if you're Breach Academy, they have slowed this NGNL push to a halt.
Man, yeah, Yeez was really so low that his teammate's stun killed him there. Sensor, he's going to find the one. The Renetti, look at him! Oh my lord, the switch to the secondary and just spray him down.
Weight room! Sensor with a beautiful two-piece on the backside of the car. The Renetti, every single bullet right into the dome. Boston Breach Academy now sitting on match point, looking to move on in winners, send NGNL packing down to losers. And like we said, our ultimate last series of the night, and that's exactly what you wanted. Sensor struggling, Breach still has the lead. If he can have one great round, he can turn the tide of this game, and that is exactly what he was looking for. It's a confidence builder. It gets you on the match point, and I'm sure the boys are feeling gassed about it.
Couple nades to line up at the start. They're not going to drop low enough to hit Zinx at the very least. Getting off scot-free as he moves towards back B. Yeez is going to crack first blood. Gobbler straight back, and he's looking to find the second as well. Did
nice
Gobbler stun hit?
What a nade!
Penta takes him down with 70 health to spare. Looked like he hit a few more
and
shots
Gobbler's
there,
down.
but yeah, that's huge for Breach Academy right now. Zinx, though, rock solid hold at B. He's able to shut down the bomb as well. Shawnee is down. It's up to Penta. They've got the info on him as well. Penta, you have to make the 1v2 happen here. Does he spot out the rotating player? But the shots just don't connect.
He was trying to use trigger discipline just in case there was a second player that he could have found the second kill, but didn't want to take the chance, understandably so. Now he's got to try to work this 1v2, the bomb in a bit of no man's land as far as things go. Zinx is going to try to line things up. Pentagram going to find a couple of shots, will not convert. NGNL hanging on for dear life and bringing us to round 10.
Man, Penta had me going for a second there. I mean, that is a tough last-minute situation to be in. He's almost able to find this kill onto Zinx here too, but the MCW, those shots land true, and we are over here, round 10. Can NGNL take it to that decisive round 11, or will Breach Academy send them packing to the losers bracket for tomorrow? We'll have to see. I think it still all just comes down to whether or not Shawnee is alive for most of the round. We have seen Yeez and Sensor really pick it up in these last few rounds. Of course, Sensor had that beautiful round win a couple rounds prior, but...
Oh, it's a flood from mid from Boston, and they are going to drop first blood. Sensor will find the shots, will crack down Zinx. He will get immediately traded out, and Yeez will fall right next to him. God Bowser and Gobbler picking up a pair there, 12 and 6 now. Plant will come through for Chloe, and now it's Breach Academy by far on the back foot this round.
Gobbler's got control of the high ground. Pentagram worried about it too. He can't push too far up. He's just too exposed from all angles. As the time ticks away, Shawnee and Penta creep closer to this bomb site, trying to find anyone who's out of position, but Shawnee's down. Gobbler wants to finish it off. We're going to round 11.
Sudden death overtime to decide if the series will go on or if NGNL will be taking a trip to losers. Breach Academy, it was a 5-3 lead. Now it all comes down to this one round, one chance, fighting for your winner bracket lives. And if you're Breach Academy, you don't want to go up 5-3 in search, drop the map, and then have to go into that map 3 not knowing how it's going to play. It is absolutely a curse. It is something you want to avoid, but we're going to see if the Breach Academy can write their own destiny, take this game, move on to tomorrow.
Can we talk about Gobbler for a sec? I mean, he had a fine hardpoint map, but he is shining on search.
He is the only reason this is 5-5.
A million times, yes.
Numbers tell the whole story.
14 and 6. All you got to do is take a look at the scoreboard. Sensor is down. Yeez is down. It's a two-piece for God Bowser. Last one through the wall as well. Gobbler takes down Pentagram. We could have our first map 3 here on stream. It's all up to Shawnee in a 1v4 to save the game. He finds one, keeps rotating out. Will he find another? Shut down. And NGNL Dark takes Search and Destroy. They take map 2, and we are headed to map 3. This is anyone's series.
Yeah, once it gets to this point in the series, anything goes. It is sudden death. It is one map, one chance to keep that run in winners up and kicking. And now I am definitely interested to see what the hell is going to happen going into map 3. As you can see, we talked about him all game long. Gobbler, 15 15-7. He got as many kills as 3 of the Breach players combined. This guy was winning every single fight. No questions asked, no fear. And now we're going to see, though, Breach, are they going to be fearful coming into map 3?
Yeah, I think if I read that scoreboard correctly, I think Gobla had 1,500 damage in the game total.
Would make sense.
Putting NGNL Dark on his back in search after a tight hardpoint game. They have another tight S&D game, and here we are. We're headed to High Rise, map 3 control. Let's see who will put it all on the table, who will continue in Winners Map 3 right after this.
My 2 truths and a lie are I went pro in IW, I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute, and I competed in X Games for skateboarding.
He went pro in Infinite Warfare. I think that's true. He competed in the X Games for skateboarding. He can solve a Rubik's. I feel like he could do that.
I want to say I don't think he competed in X Games with skateboarding. I know he skateboarded a lot, but I don't know if he competed at X Games. The Rubik's Cube, I feel like that might be a weird thing he's good at. I'm gonna go with the skateboard one though. I think that's a lie.
So I know the truth has to be he went pro in IW, but I know he was also a skater, but there's no competed at X Games for skating. Like, I feel like you gotta be insane to compete in X Games, so I'm gonna say that's the lie.
Probably the Rubik's one is a lie.
That is incorrect.
No, it was the X Games. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, I think he could do that, but then I was like, nah.
It was correct.
It was correct? Okay. A minute's fast though. I've done it around a minute, but that's quick.
Correct.
Like, I know he's a skater. Like, I knew he's a skater, but like I don't think like X Games. Like that's like top tier. Like he has to be insane.
And competing in X Games? No, I never competed in X Games. That's a lie. I have competed in skateboarding tournaments or competitions, but never X Games. I used to do it on stream a lot. I would like if I got 5 gifted subs, I would just solve the Rubik's Cube. Some people would like start gifting more to see it again.
My 2 truths and 1 lie were, for frog, my favorite animal. I don't like cake unless it's chocolate. And what? Oh, and yeah, I would rather it be hot than cold.
I know the first one's true because this guy is sleeping. This guy's AC is 77 in his apartment. He is insane. So I already know that one has to be true.
Okay, hot. He'd rather be hot than cold is definitely true. Frog is his favorite animal. Like, if that's not his favorite animal, I'm not. Is it not? I'm gonna say the chocolate cake's a lie, but if it's a frog, it might be the frog one though. I don't know. I'm gonna say the cake is a lie.
That's for sure true. I heard his AC's over 77 or something. I mean, I feel like frog has to be his favorite animal if he's saying, or whatever, if he's saying frog so much. So I'm gonna go with the first one as a lie.
The lie is that frogs are his favorite animal.
Oh. Nice.
He eats like a kid. He just eats chicken tenders. So I'm thinking the first one's true, third one's false.
The lie is that a frog is his favorite animal. That is correct.
It's a frog?
A frog is not his favorite animal.
I mean, bro, like, what kind of, why does he say frog all the time? What is his favorite animal? Do you know his favorite animal?
1-1, map 3, last map of the day here on stream. Breach Academy, NGNL Dark, they're putting it all on the line. I cannot be more hyped. We're going into high-rise Control. This is a map I have actually yet to cast on Control, so I'm pretty excited myself. I have seen some S&D on it, but Control is new to me. Mostly because a lot of these series have been going very, very quick.
Yeah, it's either a fast series or teams just do not want to play Control on high-rise, and understandably so. It's a little bit of a weirder, a bit of a smaller map. It's a little bit wonky to say the least, right, as opposed to a sub-base or some other things, or some of these other maps in the pool, rather. But we are ready. The players are ready. Map 3 to decide the winner's bracket and who will move on to tomorrow and stay in that top side of things. Breach Academy dropped that map 2 in heartbreaking fashion. Can they find the get back?
Ooh, Penta turns on Bowser there, and he's able to find a kill for himself. Gobbler just continuing his momentum from Search. 2 straight. He is going to get taken down by Yeez, and we're kind of going back to a similar pace of game to Hardpoint here.
I love
it. Of course, Control. The beautiful part about it is you do have those lives remaining. So if you're not familiar with COD in the least, it pretty well means that once those get low, it turns into Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and especially a map like High Rise where you're getting back in the action within 2 to 3 seconds every single time. Look at NGNL, though. They are cleaning up the Breach Academy crew. Barely any progress at A so far, not a sniff over at B. That is another one piece.
No
Zinx,
ammo.
God Bowser Gobbler, 1, 2, 3, up, down.
No ammo on Zinx, though. Looked like he was about to have that one, but his teammates have his back. Yeez heads over to A, looking to try and, at the very least, secure this first tick. The long-range shots from Gobbler right now. Oh, my lord. Did they grab that first tick? They were able to secure it. So at the very least, it's some guaranteed progress. But look at the time and look at the kills.
By his teammate.
A team kill onto Gobbler. But the entirety of Breach Academy
NGNL
is
is
taken
frying, by the way. 18 to 10. 1 tick at A. Gobbler's got 8 kills all by himself. Pentagram and Shawnee finally going to show a sign of life. But I mean, does this even matter? 5 seconds down, 7 lives. Breach Academy, they are just all over the place. And Gobbler, 10 kills out of 25 in this round so far. Breach Academy, they are grasping at straws and they are coming up empty-handed. They got nothing that round.
Barely any kills. I think 16, 15 kills.
And Gobbler had 11?
Gobbler had 11 himself. And did you take a look at the progress there? Not even 1 point captured. They did get the one tick at A, but nowhere near enough to give yourself more time in that round. It ends up going to the timer. Not even lives in the end, even though they were dangerously low. Look at the kills. Just look at the stats from the side of NGNL. Breach Academy, you got to lock in.
Here's what sucks really bad. Gobbler would have a cruise. Killed by a teammate's errant grenade last round. You would definitely love to have that, especially on High Rise. There is not many places to hide, and there is no one to hide from Yeez and Shawnee right now. Good for the first couple picks of this round. Breach Academy, you've got to find a big round this round. You got slapped around in that round 1. You have got to show some fight, show that grit. Try to dig back in here, and Shawnee doing a great job to get the round kicked off.
Yeah, pretty even on lives for the time being. Yet to be any crazy multi-kills, although Shawnee does find 2 as they move to clear out point B. This time, though, you've got NGNL on the attack. We don't necessarily know how they will fare on the attacking side. However, the kills mean anything. They're still up to the task. Gobbler does go down, and a couple kills to the Breach mean a little bit of breathing room for the time being. 40 seconds to play. No progress at all just yet.
Yeah, it's looking like offense is a little bit tricky as far as things go, and very much understandable, especially Gobbler 13 and 6. Chloe is doing a great job to support him, find that other frag. Shawnee and Yeez, though, this round especially, they have been showing up and showing out. Yeez for 2 more. God Bowser finally going to cut Shawnee down at the knees. Nice little swing with the Rival 9. It's going to find 1 more. It is an absolute fist fight on the site, and NGNL looks like they are coming out on top. But Shawnee, nice little elbow Jimmy for the pick.
Right now, Breach Academy is taking 2-man fights, and it's showing the results. Barely any progress over at A. They're taking away all of it, at B, and you've only got 14 seconds to make something happen. The kills keep coming through. The spawns are being held down
trouble
right now, and it looks like we're about to tie this game up.
Yeah, this looks identical to what we just saw in that first round. I think it might have been damn near the same lives left as well. It was 15 for Breach, 8 for NGNL. Cannot believe how close both those rounds were as far as scoreline, not as far as competition. Two very one-sided rounds to kick off Control, and now it is a best of 3 to decide the winner's bracket.
This is insane right now.
This map is insane on Control, by the way.
From these teams. Yeah, I feel like once you get a 4K, can the attacking team even leave their spawn at that point? If you
Did
have
you
some
see those
good
grenades?
angles.
You see how many grenades?
Yeah,
no chance they're leaving
1,
spawn.
2, 3, keep them moving.
It's like Elf with the snowballs.
Shawnee and Yeez had a few nade kills there. Even last round on that first Control round there, we saw so many nade kills. We even saw a team kill from the side of NGNL. The nades are simply flying right now. Goblet's able to win the 1v1 up against Penta as Yeez tries to take a different approach for this A site. See if he can get in and behind this NGNL squad right here. Goblet's able to find Shawnee. Look where Penta's at. He picks up a second. Can he move towards this A site? There's one player out in his corner, and he is going to go boom.
Yeah, NGNL, they looked like they were starting to put the clamps down. Breach Academy finding a couple of picks. Yee's got the 5 streak. Chloe's going to shut down Shawnee and Penta. Trophy going to get popped there by Chloe. Gonna go scout for more info. Yeez, this backline play is working perfectly. You've got to keep NGNL in these spawns, relieve some of that pressure off the attack. Penta continues to stack up these kills this round. Now they've got to see if they can find a way to break through this front line, try to get their way over to those points. But they are doing a really good job of holding and fighting for map control.
Gobla, he spots out somebody on top there. It's Shawnee, but he is going to be taken down in the end as he tries to re-peek a different angle. Now, Breach Academy, they've made progress at B. It's ticking very fast. They've got 3 players over there. The cruise missile comes down. Zinx is down, and it looks like B will be captured.
That is a big pick by Chloe. Maybe they can try to hold A, work the backside of the site, try to find some of these Breach members caught off guard, but Shawnee's got his eyes on the spawns. He's going to knock down Chloe, looking for the second one. Will not be able to convert. Sinks with a massive pick side of the map there. God Bowser and Gobla both getting things going. Penta will be good for 1 before he gets shut down ultimately. Breach Academy, 18 lives. 15 on the side of NGNL. B has been captured. It is a fight for A, and Goblet does not care what weapon this guy has. It is all gunny all day.
He's finally able to take him down as a few of his teammates had fallen off of the spawn. Lives close to dead even right now. Breach Academy has been up maybe 1 to 3 lives all game, but for the most part, the game's been pretty well even, other than that B capture that Breach Academy was able to just perfectly squeak through as they got 3 players on, and
close.
NGNL just could not come
close.
back. It is so damn close right now.
Breach Academy hanging on to a 1 life lead, but only for a half second there because God Bowser is going to try to turn things in the way of NGNL. Nice little head peek, but Yeez is going to get absolutely rinsed at the top side of the window. Center trying to work the back side of the barrel is going to have to drop the trophy. Shawnee is going to find the kill onto Zinx. 23 seconds left to play. The lives are even. The maps are even. Penta's going to blow up Yeez, Center, and Penta. Luckily, though, will find 2 picks. That will keep this site open, keep the possibility of grabbing the A site still online for Breach Academy. The tick will now start to get progressed. Yeez, that is a massive gunfight to go the way of Chloe. The Academy still picking up the ticks, though. That is a massive pick out of Sensor. Immediately traded out in Breach Academy. It is 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1.
Damn, this is close. 6 lives on Breach Academy, 5 lives on NGNL. A skirmish on the site. 2 come through from Breach Academy, and that could be the game. The second tick has been grabbed. It's moving fast. 1 more player down. Only 2 lives left to play with. Zinx in the 1v5 to try and make it happen. It's 2-1 for Breach Academy as they inch closer and closer to keeping themselves in this winner's bracket.
Oh my goodness, how much closer can you make these rounds? The script is looking pretty damn good, full of detail, lots of ups and downs. Breach Academy, though, they're on that coveted match point, and considering how poor that first round was on offense, that has got to be a sigh of relief unlike any other for these guys. Now you've shown we can play this offense. They did a much better job that round immediately attacking the spawns, sending Yeez, sending Shawnee, saying, listen, we're going to be willing to take these 2v2s in the mid-map. You guys have to lock down these spawns, give us a little bit of time, alleviate some of that pressure, and we can start to bust down these ticks. Now NGNL will be looking to do the same.
So far, no kills to be found in this round. Just as I say that, it's a suicide from Klo as well as Gobla taking him down. Gobla grabs another in the round. Zinx spots out a player on the flank, turned on though. It's actually Shawnee from the other side. Yeah, he was towards his left there. He's going to take him down. Gobla trying to get this HP regen started, but the map control too solid from Breach Academy right now.
Yeah, and this is why they won their last round on offense. They put a lot more effort into playing the backside of the map than trying to play the points, and I think it worked out a lot better in that favor. Shawnee and Sensor picking up a couple of frags there. Yeez wants to get in on the party as well, and now the spawns are going to be a bit of a problem for NGNL. They have got to break through the front line. They've got to find the kills, but Shawnee and Penta are doing it, getting it done. Look at the frags. Even Sensor starting to pop off in this final round, starting to clutch up when they need it most. Gonna take a couple pop shots there, has to back off, is gonna look for the re-engage. Klo looking to maybe run up and try to take down Sensor. Will do so. 25 seconds left, NGNL. Lives are even, no ticks garnered quite yet. Well, not one.
They do got 3 players on this point. This is how Breach Academy grabbed this exact same point last round. You get a few players on it, the progress moves so fast that you have to fly in there to stop it.
They got it.
They are gonna get the time, extend their round just a little bit more. Breach Academy, once again though in this round, always up on live seemingly.
Yeah, they're doing really, really good so far. Penta taking down Klo. Sensor gonna get shot in the back. Yeez will trade him back, and it is also gonna be Penta getting active in the mix. Gobla continuing to find these frags. 24 in the map so far, and unfortunately will fall victim to a good old explosion. That is typical high rise, and that is gonna be exactly what Breach is looking for, trying to see if they can lock down the rest of this A point. God Bowser and the crew have got to find a way to break the front line. The good thing is you got that B site, you got yourself that extra time, and the lives are even enough where you can afford to play this out a bit, but 3 unanswered kills, you might start to change your tune.
Penta just showing that his mechanics are stronger. Bowser shut down. On the lower level is Shawnee.
It's Shawnee, 29.
Shawnee, can
30.
you find another? Are you for real right now?
Shawnee, 30. Oh my goodness. And we still could potentially have a round and a half left to play of this control, which is an even crazier stat line, but this guy is on an absolute war path. Nobody can stop him on the 4th streak, continuing to fry in the spawns. NGNL, they are in an absolute chokehold. There is nowhere to breathe. There's nowhere to go. It is all Breach Academy all day long. It is all down to Zinx, and this map is about to be all done and dusted. Sensor looking to grab the last kill of the round. Won't be able to find it, but it is still Zinx all by himself. Goes to Shawnee to end this series off. Breach Academy, winners bracket, you shall resume. NGNL, we'll see you down in lowers tomorrow afternoon.
Man, what a series, and what a way to cap it off. We had 2 insanely close first 2 maps there.
Nuts.
High Rise comes in, and look at it. It's Boston Breach Academy. Was that 3 rounds straight? NGNL grabbed the first round, if I'm correct.
Boston, round 1, did not get anything done.
It was a absolute stomp.
Yes.
We saw Gobla once again just frying on the map right there, but in the end, Breach Academy, they locked in, and we saw all 4 members of that squad put in work in those 3 rounds.
And that's the big thing, too, as well. Yes, we saw Sensor struggling immensely in the first 2 rounds, but to go from like 3 and 15 to get 9 or 10 kills in the last round and a half, get a couple of clutch plays, well, even in the search, had a bit of a rough game, gets a massive 1v2, turns the tide of that game into the Breach's favor. So these clutch plays out of big-time players is exactly what you need to keep this run in Challengers going. And Breach Academy, like we said, unfortunately, unlike the main team, Breach Academy will continue playing this weekend. They're going to look to carry that Boston Breach flag high and proud. And NGNL, you got a second chance, but things are going to get tough tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, The control map ends up being pretty easy when Shawnee's dropping 30 by the end of it. A beautiful game from him as well. I mean, you capped it off pretty well there, Jobin. The Breach staying in the winner's bracket as we move in towards tomorrow. It's been a fantastic day. Me and Jobin have been up here feeling the energy in this venue all day. Proper Envisions came in. They had an amazing game on their hands as well. Team War was able to show us a nice 2-0. And as we get ready to head out, I think we should talk about Fisher College, their esports program, a sponsor of this broadcast, of this event. A couple of our students here, a good number of our students here are here TOing, helping admin, helping run the production. Us ourselves, Fisher College students here, just helping run the event in general. It's been an awesome opportunity there. If you want to learn more about the Fisher esports program, you can go to fisher.edu. Other than that, I mean, it's been a fantastic day here. I've been Fundy. Jobin, any final words from you?
Bit of a late start today. We got some banger matches. Tomorrow is absolutely going to be insane. Do not miss it. We're going to be back at the House of Blues tomorrow. Stay tuned to the Boston Breach socials. We're going to be back on the YouTube channel sometime early tomorrow afternoon. We'll catch you guys all tomorrow, and we'll see you guys later.
We get how uncertain the future is. We've come of age in a complex world, face to face with problems we didn't create. So what's gonna happen next? We are. Because our future is the future. The life we have chosen has prepared us for this. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're gonna save families from disasters and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.